Hello, hello. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Hang on, let's adjust that game audio. Don't adjust your CRT televisions. Television. It's finally time for the 2003 E3 press conference. Now, I've got a lot of high hopes going into this. I'm hoping they announce a sequel for Super Mario Sunshine. We haven't seen much from Zelda since Majora's Mask came out, you know. We don't count Wind Waker. It's not a real game. We're not going to appreciate it for at least another 15 years. How are y'all doing, folks? You're all very welcome. I'm sick, unfortunately, at the moment, but I still felt like streaming today. So I thought we'd do something maybe a bit nostalgic and just a bit more laid back. By which, of course, I mean we're going to watch E3 from 20 years ago. Because I'm actually morbidly curious what the world of yesterday promised the future would be. And I want to actually just kind of see how much it's actually changed. We don't normally do react type content on this channel because I try, but I thought it might just be funny. You know, I thought we'd give it a go. Why 2003 specifically? Because it's 20 years ago. It's 20 years ago. And I thought it actually might be kind of funny. I'm almost like curious because I grew up watching so many E3 conferences. I think we all did, like games shows and basically massive advertising and marketing campaigns. It's ultimately what they are. And I kind of want to see like what the world of yesterday promised the future would be. I'm just morbidly curious. So we're 20 years back in time. I thought it might be kind of funny. Can't wait for the Wii U too. Let's say like the Wii hasn't even been announced. I don't think the Nintendo DS has been announced at this point. So I want to see what the future of games is. I thought it'd be fun. I thought we'd try something different. Can't wait for the new Sega console. Oh god, we're really in that era. Oh no, the Dreamcast is still alive at this point, isn't it? I don't think it's quite dead yet. Oh god, okay, we're on PS2, Nintendo GameCube. I think it's Game Boy Advance. God, it's really a different era. Still freaking out at the Game Boy SP. I don't think we even know about the Game Boy SP yet. I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's been announced. Okay, I thought we'd present a time capsule today, though. I thought this might be funny. This is the exclusive E3 content. You know, we don't have it anymore, but hey, we have years upon years of old archives. When's the new Final Fantasy dropping? We will see. So I've geared up the Nintendo conference and the Sony conference for it. There is a Microsoft one as well if we have time. Today's stream is going to be, we're going to watch some old conferences. And then at 6 tonight, in roughly 3 hours from now, we're going to be changing gears because my good friend Zoe is celebrating her birthday. And a bunch of us are going to be on her channel to play some Mario Party all together. So as this stream ends, I'm going to raid Zoe and pass these on to her. And then we're going to keep playing games there. So I'm going to wrap up on my channel at 6. But I will still be live and streaming. We're just going to be on Zoe's channel. So do stick around. With myself, Kelly, and Nano. Should be good fun. No, I'm at the Pride Parade in an hour. Happy Pride. I hope the parade goes well. Our parade is really late in Dublin. It's like June 20th-ish, I think. It's a bit later in the month, but we get there. Okay. Wait, E3 exists this year. Yes, it did. Okay, let's gear on up for the conference. So, bit of a word of warning. Oh god, what's happening there? Hang on. Why is chat so cropped? Hang on. There we go. Okay, hang on. Wait. There we go. Okay, fix it. So, word of warning. This is 2003 archived footage. The quality Maximum is 360p. I don't even think there was an option for anything higher on YouTube when this would have been archived. Thank you as well, Carslock here, for archiving this for us. This is an old recorded conference. Apparently, the way how you could access this back in the day, outside of some live television broadcasts, it would have been by DVD, I think. Like, we're talking a really old like time where we didn't really have the live stream and capabilities that we do now. So yeah, it was a lot harder to get a hold of this footage. We're lucky that it seems to be archived in some capacity on the internet. But again, it's old video footage, so it might be a little crunchy in parts, but we'll make do. Okay. Dan, the stream is about to start. Oh, sorry. I gotta. We're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss it. Hang on. Let me just get my beverage. Hang on. We're all good. We're gonna catch it.
California. Welcome to the 2003 E3 kickoff hosted by the world-renowned.
I'm so excited to see what they announce.
Nintendo. And here to get us going is Nintendo of America's George Harrison.
That's not Reggie. But what year did Reggie join? I've never met this man. Who is this?
Well, thank you, everybody, and welcome to Nintendo's E3.
Okay, all right.
We have a great show for you at E3 this year, and we're glad you could spend a little bit of time with us this morning.
This was the Men in Suits era.
Our goals today are to first update you on the state of our business and some
of course
corporate direction and initiatives. Then we want to share.
As someone who loves Mario, I'm absolutely interested in corporate Nintendo's state of affairs. How is the shareholders going to react to this conference?
With you some of our perspective on the industry and strategies.
So
I'm going to
formal.
show you the product, which of course I know is what you're all here for. And then at the end, we're going to answer a few of your questions, because I know there are many.
Yes.
Now, the news for Nintendo in this 2003 has been very, very positive.
Okay.
This chart shows the unit shares for next generation hardware from January to March. And as you can see, Nintendo gained 10 share points. 2 from
10
Xbox
share points.
and 8 from
Fantastic.
Sony. It all started in February with our GameCube
What does this
soft
mean?
bundle, which offered the consumers a choice of 1 of 4 titles when they purchased the GameCube. And it was fueled by the launch of The Legend of Zelda in March. Now, on a worldwide basis,
No one
Nintendo's
is
installed base
possible.
now exceeds Xbox by about 1.3 million units.
Oh, this is still the era where developers were just trash-talking each other relentlessly. We have to remind ourselves of this. It's like, yeah, we're selling way more than those Microsoft guys. Ironically, this is on the Nintendo GameCube era of Nintendo, one of their worst performing consoles in the company's entire history. But regardless.
We're in a clear number 2 position.
Yeah, let's clap that. Microsoft sucks. Yeah.
Go back and look at the US market again, and just look at March system sales, including Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and GameCube and all the hardware systems. In
That's
March,
all of them.
almost 60% of all the hardware sold were Nintendo systems. Now that's consumers speaking with their cash. The story on software is just as powerful. If you look at this chart, it shows you the tie ratios for the home consoles, and you can see that at just under
Are we
10,
gonna see the
Nintendo
chart?
is in a very strong position
Wait.
for the GameCube.
No, we will. We
Of course, if you
will
look
see
at the
stuff
top-selling
later.
games for the first quarter,
Can't see the
comes as no
chart.
surprise, Nintendo garnered 3 of the top 4 spots in the bestseller list.
We just have to
Legend of
listen.
Zelda: The Wind Waker, and Pokemon Ruby, and Pokemon Sapphire. So let's take a look at those key launches for us in March and give you a little bit of an update. Zelda: The Wind Waker
We
has
don't
already
have
sold
the
over 1
chart.
million copies in just 8 weeks. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire combined have sold through to over 1.7 million consumers.
I feel like I'm at church.
And
How
Game
do you
Boy
know?
Game Boy SP has sold through to over 950,000 consumers. It's an unbelievable hat trick for us in March and an unbelievable success. So the net of all this success is this. When you look at all corporate dollars in March, Nintendo's share was 39%, taking 2 points from Microsoft and 9 points from Sony.
Yes! That's 11 points taken.
Now, at the same time, We're happy with the success.
What does
but
this
we
mean?
recognize that changes are needed. And many of these changes are already underway. But what won't change is our commitment to our core characters and our special talent in inventing and reinventing the world's best video game franchise characters. Now, we do insist that each installment of a franchise be better than the last.
Yes, that's a
But
good
our
policy to
characters will
maintain.
remain true. Donkey Kong will remain a lovable ape. Link will never lose hope. And of course, Mario will never start shooting hookers.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Characters will remain true. Donkey Kong will remain a lovable ape. Link will never lose hope. And of course, Mario will never start shooting hookers.
Nintendo, that's not very family friendly. Jesus Christ. And everyone's applauding this.
So this year, many of those characters are going to be back, and they're going to be better than ever.
So
But perhaps the best example of this show is Mario Kart. Now,
yeah, Mario Kart, yeah.
I've got some Mario Kart fans in the audience. But this time, each player can control two characters. One character to drive, and one to torment their enemies. Let's take a look.
Oh, the audio quality is dipped. Mario Kart Double Dash, let's go. Quality has been deep fried. This was a new era of games. I'm sure it wasn't going to be absolutely hated in retrospect. Pikmin 2. All the titles you could ever hope for. I feel like the quality has gone even further down. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. Oh god, I actually remember this one. I think a friend in my estate had this. I never got it myself. They don't make Pokemon Pinball anymore, do they? WarioWare Incorporated. This would have been like the first WarioWare one. So long ago. I don't know why the music sounds like it's underwater. I can't tell you. Pokemon Coliseum? Oh, we haven't actually had a Pokemon like RPG like that in a long while, have we? I guess we've kind of got there in the end with like Switch era Pokemon games at the 3D style. But yeah, this is when this would have been like peak game and revolutionary graphics. Of course, here's Mario 3 ported to the Game Boy Advance as well. Can't wait for this to come out. I actually played this one a lot. Your favorite NES games on Game Boy Advance. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg? I have no idea. I don't know what this game series is. I see some people freaking out in chat. I don't know what this is. Donkey Kong Country? Oh, but this is on Game Boy Advance though. They ported it again. Sound effects are suddenly so much louder. Wario World. There was a lot of other franchises that were just like not really just Mario, like 100%. I feel like they just go more in with that. Oh, this would have been... Was this GameCube Star Fox? I don't remember this one at all. I feel like Star Fox as a franchise is one that was kind of just forgotten as time went on. Nintendo.
Thank you.
Suddenly so loud.
That's just the start. We've got a lot of great stuff to show you today. I want to first take a minute, though,
Thanks,
and
George.
talk about Game Boy. Now, as we showed you, Game Boy Advance SP has made Game Boy more popular than ever. More than
Revolutionary
13 million Game Boy
flip screen
Advances have been
technology.
sold since we launched in 2001. But not surprisingly, once again, rivals have designs on our market, and who can blame them? But our strategy remains unchanged, a devotion to innovation.
Nintendo really just taking a minute to be like, don't look at the copycats. We did this first.
High quality and a wide
Like
game
just the
selection, and
shade.
of course, value. Now this year we intend to capitalize on Game Boy in another way to help boost our GameCube business. This year we'll be showing more than 20 games on the show floor.
I love that
contain
Microsoft
connectivity
word,
with the Nintendo
Ars.
GameCube.
Connectivity.
It's a very exciting way for gamers to enhance their gameplay by sharing data. Now, another thing that will be shown on the show floor this year is Game Boy Player. We'll launch it in the NOA territories and in Europe during the month of June. It's already launched and a great success in Japan. We think that this is a great way for consumers to play their Game Boy games on their TV, and of course there are more than 1,000 Game Boy games already released.
Is straight up a PowerPoint.
The
This
e-reader,
is a Microsoft
which we launched
PowerPoint.
last fall, is also another great aspect of our connectivity story. This accessory for Game Boy Advance allows consumers to use data from special trading cards to load their games onto their GameCube.
Did this ever release outside Japan? I think this was cancelled before it hit the market. This is just important context, like looking back at it in retrospect. Yeah, this never released. This was cancelled. Okay, let's carry on.
Or onto their Game Boy Advance. When they load the games onto the Game Boy Advance, they can go ahead and exchange data then with the GameCube and extend their gameplay.
He sounds so unsure of himself.
Go to the next slide.
It was a different era for E3 conferences. Yeah, next slide, please.
So, if we get through the e-reader, the overall story for Nintendo about the connectivity is a very powerful one. Losing a few of our words and slides here. But the most important story, of course, of connectivity this year is the connection
Someone's getting fired after this conference.
we're making with our partners, the third-party developers. And one man is leading the drive to improve our relationship with our developers and improve the number of games that we can bring to our systems. And that's our president, Mr. Satoru Iwata.
Oh, Iwata, bless. Oh, we miss you. So banging theme song he's getting for coming on stage here.
And welcome. Next week, it will be 1 year since I became president of Nintendo.
Oh,
And in that time, a lot of people have given me their opinions on how Nintendo should change or not change. I believe we remain the company that best understands the video game industry, but also understand that in any business, new circumstances require new answers.
God, we miss Iwata. There's no one like
And
him.
at the start of this year, Nintendo did face some challenges. The most obvious concern, Nintendo GameCube.
Oh no.
It had not sold through the way we planned, and its reputation among
The other guy, like George, is just like, yeah, shares are up on Microsoft and Sony. Iwata comes in. We have not sold the amount of consoles we wanted to. Just completely taken away from everything in the conference thus far.
some players was unfavorable. Next was the primary software that supports GameCube.
The GameCube has
In the first
underperformed in our
in the
market.
first half of last year, we didn't release enough exclusive titles. Then, in the second half, high-quality games like Mario Sunshine and Metroid Prime did not fully meet our expectations.
Really? Did they not?
Third, we have
thought-
not yet
I thought they
demonstrated
sold massively.
why connectivity between GameCube and Game Boy Advance was an important reason to buy. Fourth, we began to see worry about GameCube from some retailers and licensees. And finally, as always, there was yet another new competitor to our powerful Game Boy franchise.
Yeah, fuck Microsoft.
Beyond Nintendo,
Basically what he's
the
saying.
market itself faces important issues. For many years, it was easy to interest players with better graphics, more complex challenges,
Better
and more
graphics,
mature content.
tougher, edgier.
Each of these
This is not what we associate with Nintendo whatsoever.
was an open door to higher sales. But
Edgier?
each of those openings
Who ever thought
is
Nintendo
now
was
starting
edgy?
to narrow. In this generation, we already have graphics so realistic that you might think you are watching television. So tomorrow's
I can't tell the difference, Iwata.
systems do not have much room to improve. Most core gamers, like you, like me, love challenges that are more difficult, more time-consuming, and more complex. But how
We
do
do.
these sub-busy people who spend most of their day working or going to school? Finally, as we witness the success of Vice City, our industry has to ask itself how much further we are willing to go.
Wait,
TV and movies found their limits. So will we. These challenges
is Iwata really on? It's like someone think of the kids because it's a violent video game. Is that? I think that's what this point is. Because this wasn't on Nintendo GameCube. Like, I think that's the point he's actually making there. Yeah, that's wild.
to both my company and our industry are considerable. But I stand before you today with a clear message. Of course, I want you to know that we understand the challenges. But this is not a matter of understanding. This is a matter of action. My real message today is at Nintendo, we are not waiting to act. We are already acting.
Nintendo initiatives.
The size of our existing creative teams in Kyoto has already increased. And we are also opening a new development office in Tokyo, our first outside of Kyoto. We also...
It's so weird in retrospect just watching these conferences because the conferences don't actually know who they're really aimed at. Like, it's like a mix of shareholders and investors when the core audience receiving these conferences, as future years would show, is just people who like games. Like, if little Timmy's watching this excited for the next Legend of Zelda adventure, he's probably a bit out of depth when, like, Iwata is here. It's like, our internal development capacity has massively expanded. Our market grasp and shareholder revenue is at an all-time high for 2003 quarter. Like, little Timmy just wants to see what Mario's up to. You know, like, it's just such a difference in the audience and how these things were received back in the day.
have needs for other kinds of games, one that appeal to every kind of gamer and every kind of taste. For these,
Little Timmy
we are
invest.
turning aggressively to our great third-party partners. We are active here on many fronts. We are about to see the first product of our Triforce partnership with Namco and Sega.
Was that a
This
thing?
F-Zero game will play both inside and outside of your home.
Moment of silence for the F-Zero
In the
franchise.
arcades, you can download options to take with you to build a custom racer like no other. Then,
This is the last
bring
mention of
that
F-Zero.
model back to the arcades to race against opponents. The talented designers at LucasArts have given us a beautiful exclusive, Rebel Strike. I will let the picture tell the story.
I don't remember this game at all. What was this?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Quality is changing again.
My only hope.
I can barely see the game. It's so dark. Look at them graphics. Oh, this was peak gaming back in the day. Like, the audio has been cut by YouTube more than anything. I think there should be, like, blaring Star Wars music right now. We just got a rewind action shot on that one guy. Hang on. Where is he? Take a moment. He's just falling over. God, it's so awkward. This is YouTube cutting the audio. This might not present the games in the best possible light for E3 2003 standards, okay? I mean, this would have been pretty good for 2003, but I think Star Wars Battlefront came out 2004. I want to say this would have been like a year later that like the main Star Wars like video game released for the 2000s.
Must not become a Jedi.
It just seems so awkward in retrospect, doesn't it? The lack of music really drives home what the experience is here. I think YouTube is offered like a blessing. Like this is like the distilled gameplay. There we go, a little bit of music. It's that 8K rendering. I hope we have the graphics slide later. Companies were obsessed back in this day with the idea. It's like we have like 5.1 teraflops of data transfer speeds in our processor, and it's like God knows what they're talking about. I hope we get that presentation slide.
And the same talented people at Factor 5 who designed this game are also at work on another exclusive for GameCube. You will be hearing more about this soon.
Thank you,
In the
Harada.
fighting category, few names compared to Namco's Soul Calibur. There have been many great versions, but you will see in a minute there is an exclusive one on its way to GameCube.
This was a
With the familiar
huge deal back in the day.
Link. Capcom is giving us several exclusive
I wonder
titles.
how they're gonna announce it.
None more important than Resident Evil franchise. A new version is coming, an important step to expand our appeal.
I feel like we've had 5 different versions of Resi 4 through the years. To keep adjusting the audio just because they keep changing it.
Resident Evil 4.
Wasn't it? This was remastered this year as well, wasn't it? Like, history just repeats itself. This was 20 years ago. What is going on?
Hi, I'm Shinji Mikami. Recent rumors would suggest I have been fired.
What?
But I assure you, I am still happily working at Capcom. Most unfortunately, I am unable to attend E3 this year because I am so busy working hard on Resident Evil 4.
Why was he fired?
Development of Resident Evil 4 exclusively for GameCube is proceeding very smoothly. So you should all be looking forward to it.
He's so cool with his sunglasses.
And Killer 7 are coming along smoothly. They are so original. They will blow your mind. And one more thing.
Is this like a reference to
Resident
the
Evil
Matrix?
4 will be scary than ever before. Don't pee your pants.
Okay, I won't. Thanks for that. Oh, look at that. Look at that next gen gameplay. I mean, this was Resident 4. This is still considered like the best Resident Evil, I think. Like, an absolute league of its own. OG Alpha Resi 4. This is the old build still, is it? This does look like a lot like Resi 1 with the setup at the moment. Just Leon in it.
Resident Evil 4.
Wait, what was that like Hitchcock pose from Iwata?
Evil
Hang on.
4.
A work of art.
Our development agreements are reaching around the world. At this E3, we will see a brand new title named Geist from a new partner called N-Space. They are great developers
Never heard of
whose
this.
previous game credit include Duke Nukem.
Did this release? The volume is just changing.
N-Space began by doing work for America's space agency, but its newest work is a GameCube exclusive collaboration.
It's the worst selling GameCube game.
Is
Is it? Right. I've never heard of this.
Invisibly moves to inhabit others, a true out-of-body experience.
How many copies did it sell? Does anyone know? 50,000. That's very bad. That's actually very awful for a game, like major games console release. That's so bad. Like in this era. I don't even know what's happening here. There's one guy on the clap, well ahead of the curve. Square Enix.
For many years, Nintendo and Square enjoyed a very good relationship. This year, that relationship is renewed.
You guys hear it okay? Audio alright?
The result is the beautiful GameCube exclusive Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. As you and friends set out to
Crystal
renew your
Chronicles,
life source,
yeah.
of course, some problems occur.
I played like the version of this on Wii. This was like when it was first announced, but Square didn't want to release like main Final Fantasy on Nintendo consoles still, so like it's just kind of like spin-offs and stuff. Different power levels and whatnot. The reason I'm worried about the audio is because it just keeps randomly explosion sounds.
4 different players can use their Game Boy Advance
I don't know, Wada's kind of quiet.
and defeat enemies. No Game Boy Advance cartridge is needed.
But this would have been cool, even the idea of multiplayer Final Fantasy back in the day. Clap a wata clap.
Together, these partnerships makes us stronger. We are delivering on our promise to create games for all ages, all nationalities, and all tastes. But of course,
As the president of Nintendo America said, Mario won't shoot any hookers anytime soon.
Things that are new and attractive from Nintendo itself.
I can't believe he said that.
So I have asked one of our developers to come out and show you a couple of things. You might know him.
What? No, there's a line earlier where he said that.
At Nintendo. Please welcome Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto.
Miyamoto's here. What is this blinding chip tune? Oh my god, my ears. Here he is.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Nintendo's media briefing. Last year, I surprised you all with visuals of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker.
Oh.
And I hope to do the same this year with what I am about to show you. All of you who are here this morning are quite lucky. Again, this year, I'd like to ask my good friend from NOA and one of the best
Guys, could you ease up with the flash photography?
To interpret for me.
There's like a guy in front row who's like, oh yeah, get that picture.
よろしくお願いします。日本語であります。今日は我々と
I've
協力
invited
してゲー
several
ムを
friends
作る
with whom I'm currently cooperating on development to join us here today.
まず私の長い間の友人であ
Allow
る
me to introduce the first of these,
Electronic
a
Arts
longtime friend of mine
Arts
from Electronic Arts, Mr. Will Wright.
Oh, this is when Will Wright was still involved in The Sims. He's I've long moved on, I think now.
ウルソ
In 2000, Will made game history when he introduced The Sims. It's a very historical moment. Since then, it has gone on to become, I think, the #1 PC franchise in history, selling something like 75 countries around the world to 25 million users.
I was about to say 75 copies sold.
Despite his newfound fame, I'm happy to say that Will is still willing to work with a guy like me.
Bless.
This is our first project together in about 10 years.
The Sims 2 hasn't been announced yet, has
We
it?
decided to make a version of The Sims that is going to connect gameplay between the Nintendo GameCube and the Game Boy Advance. I hope you've come here to tell us a little bit more about that today, Will.
Yes, thank you.
This is
all of
OG
these are from
Sims.
Last year we released The Sims on the GameCube, and we were very pleased with the results of it. Now we're ready to take the next step with it. When we saw the innovative plans that Nintendo had for the GameCube to Game Boy Advance connectivity, we thought about it and we thought this could work really well for The Sims. So now we're developing 2 new versions of The Sims as a result of this. First, we're doing a new, more expansive version on the GameCube, which you can see tomorrow on the show floor. And secondly, we're doing a completely redesigned version of The Sims, specifically for the Game Boy Advance. This is going to be the first
PowerPoint
time that we've
presentation
taken any one of our Sim
stuff.
games to a handheld gaming platform. Both of these will be complete standalone games, but when you connect the two, there'll be a host
It's
of
just
new
the
features
EA
on both
logo.
sides. New levels will appear both in the GameCube neighborhood and on the Game Boy Advance town.
Next slide.
Sims can hop across from one system to the
Next
other,
slide.
either for short visits or to take up permanent residence. And GameCube Sims,
They're not going to show anything of what he's talking about.
mini games to earn you money and skills that they can bring back to them to the GameCube. Players can also use the Game Boy Advance as kind of a transportation system that can hop onto
Next
the Game Boy
slide.
Advance, move to another GameCube, bring it to your friend's house. And finally, when you connect 2 Game Boy Advanced versions of The Sims together, you can
Next
play kind of an action-oriented
slide.
bidding auction game to win you objects on the GameCube. So I'm really excited that we have this opportunity to work with Nintendo and move the
Just
Sims
want you
franchise
to
into a new
really
direction.
know it's EA.
Thank you very much.
We really want you to know it's made by EA. Nothing else matters. We're not going to show anything else.
At Nintendo, we're really happy to be working not only with you, Will, but with all the talented teams.
Next
at EA.
slide.
Thanks very much.
Oh,
Now,
Jesus.
before Will leaves,
There's the
we'd
James
actually
Bond
like,
game.
EA President John Riccitiello to introduce to us on video some of the GameCube and connectivity titles we can expect to see from EA in the near future. Let's take a look.
Can't wait for
This
Madden
year you're going to see
2004.
EA's best titles on the Nintendo GameCube. You'll see Madden, but that's obvious. But you're also going to see Medal of Honor, Lord of the Rings, Bond.
What is this music?
Nintendo GameCube is not for kids or just kids. Teens and young adults are going to love it.
Why
Best
is
content
there?
on a great
Why is there constant car alarms?
Nintendo GameCube is not for kids or just
Is
kids.
someone being
Teens and
arrested
young adults are gonna
outside?
love it. The best content on a great platform.
Why is there so many sirens? This is the music. It's so obnoxious. The catapult just fired a Game Boy Advance there. Look at this go. Oh, look at those link cables. I'm gonna get wild. Next generation graphics. Look at that GameCube go. EA Sports big. You will get wild. Remember, Nintendo is an edgy game developer.
Now, last year on this stage, we had a 4-player Legend of Zelda 4 Swords competition. Actually, we've made some improvements to 4 Swords by adding elements that can only be achieved on Nintendo GameCube.
Oh, this is the old Four Swords game.
It's a brand new connectivity title. Let me show it to you.
I remember trying to want to get this back in the day, but impossible to find anywhere.
まず4台のゲーム
First
ボー
in
イを
this
使うん
game,
ですね。
you're going to
Four
connect
sorts
four
of
Game Boy
adventures.
Advance
プレイヤーは
systems
そ
to the
れぞれ
Nintendo
の
GameCube.
ゲームボーイアドバンスを持ちます。
Four players will play this game watching both the TV screen
で最初はテレ
and
ビ
their
を
own Game Boy
使うん
Advance
です
screens.
ね
They start off on the TV screen, which you see in the center here.
で4人が地上
Oh
で
no,
一
this
つの
is
画面を
really-
遊びます。
So they're playing a
This is like a prototype, because this actually took the style of like the Minish Cap, but this is like Link to the Past art style. Like we never saw this version of it, yeah.
all together on this single screen.
みんな動くとこうズー
And
ム
as
し
you
たり
can see, as they move around, this camera zooms in and out.
みんなが集まって、
You can
横
see
の画
everybody
面
is
に
getting together here.
移動していきます。4
Moving
人
along.
スクロールしますね。あ、家がありましたね。
You can see there's a house here.
Link to the Past music and everything,
赤
yeah.
のリンク
It
が
looks like
家に入
Red
りま
Link
した
has gone inside the house.
はい、彼は家の中を
He's
遊び
vanished from the GameCube,
Game
from
Boy
the TV screen, and appeared on the Game Boy Advance screen where the gameplay continues.
はい、2人目も
Was
3
this
人目も
weirdly the
全員
prototype for
Second,
Wii
third,
U?
でしたか
And the fourth links have
あ
all
最
gone
後の人は
inside.
Thinking about it.
ありません
It
ね
looks like that last guy doesn't get any treasure.
で、あ、表に出てくると
This idea of the
So
private
come back
personal
outside
screen.
here.
あ、全員出てきましたね。地下への入り口が出てき
And
ま
as
し
you
た
can
ね
see, there's a hole there
こ
that
こか
leads
ら地下道
underground.
に入っていくこともできます。
So I think they can go down underground from here and again appear on the Game
Oh,
Boy
just
Advance screen.
quickly running
ゲームボーイアド
after
バン
each
ス
other.
で地下を行きますね。
So they go running along through the Game Boy Advance screen.
最初に入った人だけ宝箱ですね
It。looks like the first person in there gets the treasure chest.
How many charging cables do you think you need to set all this up?
家の
It's
横
like
で
the
And, it
GameCube
looks like
and
they've all
all your
come
Game
out
Boy
back on the TV
Advances.
behind the house.
ここでみんな集まって上の画面に
Cables just
And so they
strewn
move up
everywhere.
above.
今度は洞窟があります。
Now here there's a cave.
やっぱり洞窟に入っていくとこれダンジョン
And it looks like, yeah, when they go inside the cave, they appear back on the Game Boy Advance, and essentially it's a dungeon.
いかにも怪しい4人で動かす岩がありました。
What a surprise! There's a block that needs to be pushed, and it's the perfect size for 4 people.
What a surprise!
As soon
Goodness
as they push it,
me.
you can see that hundreds of rupees are now falling on the
各国が出るのが
TV screen.
これねやっぱりゲームキューブの処理速度であるとこんな簡単なんですね。
So as you can see, with the
This even
GameCube
happened.
processing power, we're able to put all kinds of things on screen at once,
カートナックの
including all of these Dark Knight knights.
Jesus.
なかなかみんな頑張ってた。こういう感じですね。こういう感じで
Well designed Zelda Kaizo mod.
Playable tomorrow on the show floor, so please take a look at it.
How many enemies can we cram in one space?
僕はプレスの皆さんによくね、
Now the question I get asked most by all you media is, what's your favorite game?
で僕は立場上はやっぱりドンキーコングとかスーパーマリオ、
I usually say Donkey Kong or Mario Brothers.
他社のゲームで何ですかって言われるんです
But
ね。
when I'm asked about others companies' games,
でいつも僕はパックマンって答えてました
I've always answered Pac-Man.
もう本当僕パックマンが大好きなんです
See, I'm a really big Pac-Man fan.
でパックマンを
What
ね
Pac-Man
ゲー
and
ムで作っちゃえ
monstrosity are we about to
Actually, I
receive?
kind of I went and I made a Pac-Man game for GameCube.
でこれナムコさんの許可もらってないので
And to tell you the truth, since I still haven't gotten Namco's approval for this idea,
今日はねそれを承認してもらおうと思ってすごい人に来てもらいました
I've actually invited a rather important individual here today to try to get approval for this project.
僕の尊敬するナムコのパックマンのデ
He's
ザ
a
イナ
creator who I
ー
respect very much, Mr. Toru Iwatani, the creator of Pac-Man.
Like, they're thousands of hours into development for this new Pac-Man title produced by Nintendo on GameCube. Thank God, we actually need to sign the papers. We shouldn't have been doing this. Please just bail us out of this. Let's put him in pressure on the stage. Just get him to LA, and we'll figure out the pitch from there. They're so big on this idea of a narrative. It's like, we didn't get approval. Oopsie.
Thank you.
ドキドキする
I'm kind of nervous.
おはようございます、実は告白がありまして
I have a confession to make.
聞こえてましたよね
You heard what I said, right?
パックマン僕大好きでねで実は
He's
ゲーム
fuming.
I'm a huge Pac-Man fan.
ゲームボーイアドバンスを
I had this idea for a GameCube, Game Boy Advance connectivity maze game software.
迷路のゲームとか絶対パックマンなん
Basically, I mean, I think Pac-Man is the king of all maze games.
でそれを作りたくて勝
So
手に作ってしまいました
I really got this urge to turn it into a Pac-Man game, and I couldn't help myself.
で今日はぜひここで一緒に遊んでほしいんです
So I'd really like it if we could play this together today.
Did they? Did he?
No.
そうです
I'll see you in court, Miyamoto.
遊びますんでね
But since this is a 4-player game,
ウィルさんも
why don't we invite Will Wright back out
さん来てくだ
and
さい
have George Harrison come join
ジョー
us?
も一緒にね遊びましょう
Let's get the whole gang. Why not? I don't think we ever see George Harrison again after this conference. I think Reggie is from 2004 on. So enjoy George while he's here.
でこれをまず、岩谷さんにゲームボーイアドバンスを持ってもらいま
We're
す。
going to have Mr. Iwatani play on the Game Boy Advance first. The player with the Game Boy Advance controls Pac-Man.
でアドバンスの画面でパックマンオリジナルのパックマンと同じように遊ぶ。
Now on the Game Boy Advance, the gameplay is going to be exactly the same as the original
そ
Pac-Man
して後
arcade
の3
game.
人はゴーストとしてテレビ画面でこう
The three other players
を見ながら
use
みんなで追い
GameCube
かけます
controllers to control the ghost.
声を掛け合って追いかけます。
But they can
Finally
only
play
have limited range
Pac-Man.
on the TV screen.
All you need is 4 controllers, a Game Boy Advance, and
So
all the
we'll have,
proprietary
looks like George is going to be
cables.
red, Will is going to be the blue ghost, and I'll be Mr. Pink.
でパックマンがスタートを押すと始まるんですけども。
So as soon as Pac-Man presses start, we can get.
あちょっと待って。
Oh, just a second.
これでもし僕が勝ったら。
Tech's
Tell you
not
what,
working.
If I win, will you approve this project for me?
It's like, if Miyamoto now loses, it's like, I shouldn't have gambled it.
じゃあスタート。
Okay, press start.
$20 million of development time. Very high stakes.
頑張るぞ。
Okay.
Company is going to be
I gotta win
bankrupt.
this.
Oh, this is like awkward 3D
パックマン
Pac-Man.
は
Now, of course.
大引いて走りますからみんなで探し
Look at,
ます。
look at this
Pac-Man leaves a
limited
trail behind him wherever he
perspective.
goes. We have to look for that.
パワーエス取ると。
But if he hits a power pellet, then the tables have turned. Oh no! Pac-Man can eat the ghosts. He got me.
ジョージもっとこう
Come
やめ
on,
の
George.
に
You gotta say more in English. Otherwise, people don't know how much fun we're having.
Wait, what was that line?
パックマンは
What was that line? I'm
大
sorry.
引いて走りますからみんなで探しましょう。
Pac-Man leaves a trail behind him wherever he goes. We have to look for that.
パワーエス取ると。
But if he hits a power pellet, then the tables have turned. Oh no! Pac-Man can eat the ghosts. He got me.
ジョージもっとこう
Come
やめの
on,
派
George.
手に
You gotta say more in English. Otherwise, people don't know how much fun we're having.
What's going on with the translation front? That's such a weird comment. That's so jarring. Like, it's so awkward.
Here he comes.
どこに
Did he translate that, or is the translator giving out?
誰が
I don't know.
いや
It comes
ジョージ
across so
が
often.
This is incredible. Looks like George caught him.
パックマン
So now what we do is George trades his controller for the Game Boy Advance to play Pac-Man in the next round.
よし次ジョージみんなで掴みましょう。
So now we have to chase after George.
よし
Okay,
It's
here
just
we
a
go.
translation, I believe. Okay, all right.
Go.
I was kind of worried. It came across really awkward.
Sandwich.
よしやりましたあんまり遊んでてもあれなんで今
Now,
ね
unfortunately, we can't play this for too long today, because we do have
少な
other
く
things
と
to
も
show you.
任天堂が勝ちましたよね
But it looks like Nintendo did win.
OK ですよね
So can we get approval for this?
Thank God.
Yes.
What a relief. I was really invested in Nintendo being able to publish that one, you know?
ちょっと言ってください
How many copies did it sell?
George, Will, thank you
Anyone
very
know?
much.
岩谷さんありがとうじゃあそういうことでやりますけども
So, okay, I'm gonna.
At least two. Okay.
I'm gonna continue with development of this. Okay.
で岩谷さんナムコさんとはもっと他にいろんなプロジェクトやって
But
ます
actually, I'm working with Mr. Iwatani and Namco on several other projects as well.
8月にはソウルキャリバー2
Of course, we know in August that Soul Calibur 2, featuring Adult Link, is going to be launched.
で来年はスターフォックス
And next year we have Star Fox.
ですねその間にこれ
Classic titles.
And hopefully before then we'll be able to launch Pac-Man as well.
じゃあどうもよろしく
Pac-Man's gonna save the Nintendo GameCube, guys. I got a good feeling. They're gonna bounce back up. It's gonna be the most successful console.
皆さんに遊んでもらえるようになりましたパックマンそ
So
れか
from
ら
Pac-Man
ゼルダ
to Zelda Four Swords,
それから EA のスポーツ
EA
タイトル
sports titles and
コネクティ
connectivity
ビティを
titles,
使ったいろんなタイトルを紹
we've
介して
shown you a very strong lineup
どれ
of
も新しい
gameplay
体
enhanced
験と面白い
connectivity
ソフトば
titles.
かりですね
I think these are all offering new experiences and new forms of gameplay.
で友達とこうみんなで集まる任天
You
堂
know, I
ス
think
タイル
these
っていうの
games
が
really
さらに
further enhance that Nintendo style play with your friends fun.
で明日の会場ではもう一つコネクティ
And
ブゼ
actually,
ル
we're
ダ
going to
のソ
have
フトが
one more Legend of Zelda-based connectivity software title on the show floor tomorrow.
ぜひとも遊んで
More
ください
successful
please
than the
look for that one
Wii U. Oh
じゃあ
no.
最後にもう一人重要
air
な
in here.
Finally, I have one more good friend whom I've invited today.
コナミの小島秀夫監督です。
Hang on a second, guys. It is boiling hot in here. I need to get some air. Hang on. Hang on one sec. One second. And it's just too edgy, you know? The heat's just been turned up to 11. You can hear me okay. You can't hear the fan, can you? Green screen is shaking somewhat. I don't know if you can see that.
Applause for Mr. Hideo Kojima from Konami.
Oh god. From Konami as well. Oh no.
Mr. Kojima and I have known each other for a long time now.
今回のステージでいよいよ
And I'm very happy that today on this stage we can finally talk to you about that incredible title that we're working on together.
So,
どうぞ小島さんの口から
what horrible conditions do you think this man's working under while he's announcing this game and is going to be so happy-go-lucky to present it? Because that's like the hindsight we now have is, oh god, he was suffering horrifically during most of this time.
から、
I'll let Mr. Kojima explain it.
はい、僕、この業界に入ってですね、17年ゲームを作って、
I think we're just stuck in the Konami logo. We don't get to see him. We don't get to see him.
宮本さんのおかげです。で、僕20年前に宮本さんのゲームはマリオなんですけども、マリオに出会いまして、マリオに出会って今の僕があるっていう気持ちです。で、17年作ってるんですけども、不幸なことに、任天堂さんのハードを
They're holding them hostage in a closet right now.
さんとのコラボレーション非常に興奮してます。
Konami's not going to let him go.
いっぱいあります。
It's been my 17th year in this industry, and if it wasn't for Mr. Miyamoto, I wouldn't be standing here today. And if I didn't play Mr. Miyamoto's Mario 20 years ago, I wouldn't have been in this industry. And unfortunately, in these past 17 years, I've never created a game for a Nintendo system. And today, I'm really happy that I am working on a Nintendo game.
That mic peak, just beautiful.
So we do have, I believe, a video today. Is that correct?
Yes.
はい、では
We have more than just the Konami logo.
ザ・ツインスネークスのビデオをご覧ください。
Okay, we would like to show you the video for Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes.
Was this one announced recently
to
again?
pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children.
One of them was.
Living is a link to what will come. All life is tethered to the future. Loving each other, teaching each new generation.
I guess Solid
the world
3.
can
Okay.
change. I finally realized it.
I've never been able to get into Metal Gear.
Thank you, Snake.
I've never been able to get into it.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island and Alaska's Fox Archipelago.
I know that one because the stage in Smash
attacked
Bros.
And captured by next generation special forces being led by members of Foxhound. You will have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the President of ArmsTech, Kenneth Baker. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now the giant comes. Look at him go. Soundtrack guys is going ham on these. Nightmare? Gore? Novels? Games? You're asking a lot of questions. I don't know what they're trying to communicate. I can't see shit. It's so dark. I can't see. Never ending. Great. concepts? Next generation. Classic. Okay.
You can't fight your dreams. It's fate.
I
had heard that the
so
Metal Gear
confused.
project was scrapped.
Oh, you're wrong. The nuclear threat hasn't disappeared. The threat is more real than ever before.
PAL code number 1.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
PAL code number 2 confirmed.
We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A truly historical weapon.
PAL code number 3 confirmed.
Does this make sense to people familiar with it?
Totally insane.
PAL code entry complete. Detonation code activated. Ready.
I'm so lost. Yeah, I get it. Okay. It's
moving.
Cube.
But how do I stop it? Damn. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Solidarity?
That's good steak.
Wait. Hang on.
That's good steak.
Ew. Ears lash. Doesn't quite work there.
Yes, that's it.
Ew, Global Conquest.
That's it. I remember.
I can't read the red lettering. I can't read it.
For this pain.
Everyone always wants
Edel,
to
you're
use the
olive.
newest, latest technology.
Coming soon to the Nintendo GameCube.
I'm you. I'm your shadow.
I'm so confused. Sure. Who knows?
This is a huge collaboration for us. We've actually got one other person here today who's working together with us on Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Dennis Dyack from Silicon Knights.
What is with this music choice? Whenever anyone's introduced. Like rolling up to the club. Silicon Knights still alive?
So Dennis is working with us together on this title.
I don't know.
So
I don't know if that studio's still going.
It's very exciting to be here. One of the things that I've often
Time for another
said
logo.
about working with Miyamoto-san, and is very much like working with Aristotle. Working with Kojima-san is like very much working with Socrates. So this kind of collaboration for us is the most exciting
Some
thing
high
possible.
praise.
And we really believe that we'll bring an exciting experience to the GameCube players out there. But
You are
more
a Greek
importantly
philosopher.
than that in itself, I think, is a relationship that's being bonded. And I really think it sends a strong message to the future of the future collaborations to come for Nintendo and Konami.
The Socrates of gaming.
As you all know, Nintendo has been working on a number of collaborations lately, including Metroid Prime with Retro Studios in Texas, Eternal Darkness with Dennis's team in Canada.
Going global.
We've got some unique experience and know-how by blending these strengths and these flavors of Western developers and Eastern developers into concrete form. So using this know-how, I think there's a lot that you can look forward to with this collaboration between Tokyo, Kyoto, and Toronto in the next Metal Gear Solid game. Thank you very much.
Get excited for that one when it gets remade in 5 to 8 years.
So as you can see, we have put together a broad and exciting lineup for the GameCube. There's a lot for you to look forward to in the latter half of this year.
We have Pac-Man,
And with that, I'd like
Metal
to turn the
Gear,
mic back over to George and Mr.
Pac-Man.
Iwata. Thank you very much.
I'm sure this is going to save the Nintendo GameCube from financial ruin.
Thank you, Mr. Miyamoto.
A whole
Even
lot of.
after 26 years with the company, there is no end to his creativity. And I hope that is true of everything Nintendo does. Our purpose this week is to demonstrate the power of Game Boy Advance, the power of GameCube, and power of connectivity, and power of our partnerships.
His mic's been
Let's
submerged.
take one more look at this power in action.
Power in action from Nintendo. When I think of Nintendo, I always think power. I think the music has been completely cut. You can very faintly hear it. Complete silence. I vaguely remember this game for some reason. I think I saw someone play it. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. My brother had this. Might have had one on DS. Add some music. I think it just adds to the experience with the eerie silence. I could hear my thoughts. Advance Wars 2. It's 2003 again. This one's out this year. This one's out this year. Come full circle. Sword of Mana. I don't know if it's Sword of Mana, but one of the Children of Mana games is releasing, I think, this year. We just keep looping as an industry. What is this? I don't know if we ever saw this one. I don't know if we ever saw this. The Hobbit. No, we get the Gollum game in 2023. Oh god. And coming soon. New Metroid Prime. Do you think the Hobbit game had better graphics than Gollum? It might have. EA Sports NCAA football. You cannot tell the difference between this and real life. Check out the revolutionary graphics here. With Mr. Cartoon Mascot Man. Oh, we played this one. I used to love this game. It's a bit of a mess in retrospect. We did actually play this. That one was good. It was good. It just, the ending's horrific. 1080 Avalanche? Love the occasional bits of music. Enter the Matrix. Forgot we had like a bunch of Matrix games or something. Like, we got a new one of these as well recently, didn't we? Like VR or something. Moment of silence for the F-Zero franchise. We didn't see it much more after this. One of his last outings. Shelved forever. Only at Nintendo. But no Splatoon.
We entered this E3 with a momentum, and we will build on it in the month ahead. As always, Nintendo will
big ambitions
as we move into the true mass market. Nintendo has never been more focused, never more determined, never more willing to take risks, and we will not retreat. Make no mistake.
That's why we made a new Pac-Man.
Right in the middle of the home console battle. The successor to Nintendo GameCube is already in development. And this time, we will not give our competitors a head start reaching the market.
Gonna keep it hidden this time.
We are going to do it our way, and we are going to succeed. Thank you all. And George and I look forward to answering your questions.
It's like Iwata's just coming on stage. And it's like, we will crush all of the competition. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Iwata. We've received hundreds of inquiries worldwide from the media in recent weeks, and we've tried to select some of the best that represent the most frequently asked questions to answer for you here today.
Are they actually taking questions live on stage?
Edward Williams with Gerard Clower Madison to moderate. So Ed, come on up and ask those questions.
This is a different time. Like presidential campaigns, like he will now take a few questions. There's gonna be someone who's like, when's the next Mario?
Okay, I think we've got a few questions here. I figured we'd get started with the first one for me, given Sony's announcement earlier today. But given the Sony's announcement of the PSP, what will Nintendo do to ensure continued third-party support for the Game Boy Advance, and what changes might you make to your strategy in order to maintain your leadership position in the handheld market?
Oh, the PSP is a big deal.
Handheld strategy, so I think maybe Mr. Iwata should answer this question.
Oh, Nintendo is shitting themselves at the prospect of the PSP 20 years from now. How much did the PSP sell?
ソニーさんがポータブルを発表されたっていうのは私がここに来るつい直前に聞きました。で、2004年の、年末に発売されるということと、それから値段も何もまだ発表されてない。まあ、ただいろいろな機能を詰め込んだソニーさんらしいマシンだなと思いました。
Of course, immediately before coming here this morning, I did hear that Sony has indeed announced a portable game player. But I think the fact that that's, the launch date for that is Q4 of 2004, and they haven't announced a price point. But the fact that they have included all of these
the Vita sold like garbage. Really? Okay.
Features seems very Sony-like.
Shocked?
まあ今はマーケットのハンドヘルドのマーケットはほとんどすべて我々が抑えているわけですから、今すぐに慌てふためいて何もする必要はないと思っています。ただもちろん我々もさらに魅力的な遊びをお客さんに提供できるように努めていきたいと思います。
Now, because I think that we are essentially in control of the handheld market at this point in time, we don't feel that there's anything in particular that we need to be worried about right now. Essentially, what we're going to continue to do is what we do best, and that's innovate, provide innovative gameplay and new forms of fun.
This is like such a political line of questioning for video game developers. It's like, well, I don't think we need to address this upcoming threat on our market dominance. People like their Mario and Zelda, and they will continue to like their Mario and Zelda. Thank you very much. Like, it's so formal and serious. It's shocking.
The next question comes from Jeff Keighley with Business 2.0.
Oh, shit.
If Nintendo continues to pursue its current strategy, which eschews media convergence in favor of pure gaming, does the company realistically think it can be the market share leader in future console generations, or is Nintendo satisfied being a small but profitable niche player?
Jeff Keighley showing no mercy 20 years ago. Jesus Christ, Jeff.
I think that's a question I can probably answer. Actually, we believe that the further our competitors move away from pure gaming into these other capabilities, the more we are going to be strong. We know that we are the best developer and hopefully the best inspirer of creative gameplay. And we think that by focusing on those types of things and creating a value-oriented game console system that we can succeed not only now with GameCube, but also in the next generation.
So, take away from that question is, one of those two men is still in the business. We never see George again, but we still see Jeff these days.
Next question is from Frank Catalano, a technology industry analyst. Nintendo has tried to age up the GameCube by introducing games for an older audience. How successful has this been, and how much of an emphasis will be placed on this in the next year?
I think I can answer that question also. Well, people tend to forget that already of our GameCube owners, 40% of them are over the age of 18. So it's a very, very powerful audience. We've made some great strides here in adding games to our own core portfolio with things like
we
the
won't
Resident
add
Evil franchise
GTA.
and things you saw today, like Metal Gear Solid and others. But one of the things we can't forget, though, is that great games like Mario Kart and some of our franchise games really do appeal to a wide audience. So we think we're adding to our portfolio, but still building on our strength of our core franchise characters.
Next question is from Stephen Kent, a freelance industry reporter. Has Nintendo discovered the internet yet? Will we see GameCube connect to anything more than Game Boy Advance in the near future?
I think that's really more an online or connectivity type question, if Mr. Iwata would want to answer that one.
Oh, Mr. Iwata, you got to take the helm.
申し上げておきますけど、私はネットワーク技術をゲームに応用することには別に否定的ではありません。
Well, the first point that I'd really like to make clear here is that Nintendo does not feel that network technology is incompatible with gaming. We don't think that's the case at all.
ただ、これだけ多くの人が次はオンラインゲームだといい、いろんなチャレンジをしているのに、なぜ誰も大儲けしてないのかって考えると、やはりビジネスモデルの構造そのものに問題があると言わざるを得ないと思います。
I think really the fact that we've had so many people working so hard on online games for so long, and yet we've really failed to see a killer app that's really boosted online gaming the way we would have expected by now, really raises questions about the fundamental business structure of online gaming.
だから私は毎月お金
This says so much about why Nintendo suffers with online even today.
お客さんからいただかなくてもできるようなネットワーク技術の使い方はないのかっていうことをずっと考えてまして、そういうことをですね、近い将来
They were spelling it out for us back in the day.
研究を続けています。
So we at Nintendo have been and will continue to research ways that we can use online features in games without having to rely on this existing business structure of charging people monthly for this type of service. We'll continue our research and we hope to be able to tell you all about something related to this sometime in the near future.
This next
disaster. Absolute disaster of a statement. Yep, because that here we are. You know, and it's a subscription model. It's arguably the worst one for all the online platforms because it doesn't work half the time. You pay $60 a year to basically hold online hostage on a lot of Nintendo games, and the service disconnects all the time, and it's poor connectivity. Oh, it's aged so badly for.
Next question was anonymously asked. What are your unit projections by territory for this fiscal year, and are you confident you can meet them?
That was like someone from Nintendo office
type of
asking that question.
Mr. Iwata should probably address that.
我々来週決算発表を控えてまして、そこで今期のね、来年の3月までの販売予測をお話しすることになっているので、今詳しい数字はお話しできないんですよ。
Well, we're going to be announcing our final fiscal results next week. So unfortunately today I'm not going to be able to discuss in detail our goals for the coming period through March of next year.
As a gamer, this is very upsetting.
それで我々はゲームキューブ
I
を
need to know how they're doing on the
今
stock
日の時点
market.
でお話しできるのは我々はゲームキューブを世界中で約600万台、それからゲームボーイアドバンスを2000万台売るということを目標にしてまして、それは十分に達成可能だと自信を持っております。
What I can say today is that worldwide, we intend to sell 6 million GameCube hardware units and 20 million Game Boy Advance hardware units within the coming year. And we think that those goals are definitely within our reach.
Is that close to all the GameCubes they ever sold?
This next question is from Edward Wu with Wedbush Morgan Securities. What is the outlook for console and software pricing for GameCube and Game Boy Advance?
I think I can answer that question. We'll start with software. We believe that software pricing can stay where it is with really great first releases on GameCube coming at $49 and the Game Boy Advance titles coming at $34 or $39. So we don't see any risk there to our first-party titles. In fact, as we look at software pricing, we've seen some erosion in the unit prices, but the overall dollar spent on software has been up in the first quarter. The question about consoles is one I'm sure has been on everybody's mind. Right now, we feel very comfortable with Nintendo GameCube at $149 with a free game offer that we can compete. We're going to be considering other promotional
$149 and a game
going forward, and we're confident that what we've heard from our competitors at this E3 that
imagine getting that today.
Good shape.
$149. Oh God Almighty! With a game, yep, it was $149, and you get a game as well on top of it. 20 years ago. Oh God, we have aged significantly. Germa spotted. He's always in my recommended. Oh God. Well, I mean, takeaways from the console. they just had some Zelda spin-off. There was no new Mario game. There's no new Smash Bros. There was no new Pokemon Ruby 2. It's a very disappointing offering from Nintendo. I've already played Pac-Man. There's no GTA. You know, how am I supposed to get my extreme gun violence in a Nintendo game? So that's got to be like a low-tier conference. It's got to be a low-tier conference. I can't believe that one line your man said, like, I'm gonna... Where is it?
It was 39%, taking 2 points from strong unbelievable and 9 points. Now, we do insist that each installment of a franchise...
I'm not gonna be able to find it, but that line where your man said, like, Mario's shooting hookers, like, that's so unhinged for a professional conference. No, I'm not even joking. You can tell who joined the stream late here. There is a line. It's like right at the start. I'm trying to find it.
And initiatives. Then we want to share with you some of our perspective on the industry and strategies.
It's so unhinged.
Which, of course, I know is what you're all here for.
There's no. Is there a timestamp?
We're going to answer a few of your questions, because I know there are many. Now, the news for Nintendo in this 2003
I'll just listen to
very, very positive. This chart is soft bundled. Xbox by about 1.3 million.
No, it's all just shares figures, and that's going to take. I'll have to comb through it again. Someone will get a timestamp maybe on the exact video for that. It's in there somewhere, but. Oh, God. You can open the transcript and search for the text. I'll be honest, I don't want to do that because then it's good, like, key search hooker. You know? I don't think I want to do that. Is that 3:45? Thank you.
Be better than the last. But our characters will remain true. Donkey Kong will remain a lovable ape.
Here it is.
Link will never lose hope. And of course, Mario will never start shooting hookers.
The president of Nintendo of America, ladies and gentlemen. It's so unhinged. It's so unhinged. Oh, I can't believe they said that. It was a different time. It was a different time. Like, who knows what they're trying to communicate? Who knows? I think they were trying to compare it to GTA and how they don't want to do that, but like, why even address it like that? I don't, like, shit's wild. Okay, well, that's a Nintendo conference. But you know, we have more famous E3 offerings from 20 years ago, so you know, a nostalgia trip. We'll see if we have time for the Microsoft conference, but we're gonna head on over the Sony. We're gonna head on over the Sony. Unfortunately, the video quality of this is even worse. It is only available in 240p, so we will suffer through. Okay. It's a bit crunchy. I can't even see. I can't even see. What is happening? Why? My eyes. Jesus.
Please welcome Kaz Hirai.
Okay, let's go. President and COO. PlayStation's latest offerings.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, that's
for
buzzy.
The 2003 E3 PlayStation press conference. Last year, since E3, the 1 year that's passed has been a very exciting year for us, and this year promises to be more exciting. And we have a lot of ground to cover today with you, a lot of exciting information that we're very excited to share with you.
Let's see what's coming for PS2.
On the PlayStation business, and we're taking the PlayStation business. And so I hope that you will share all the information with everybody, and hope you find the press conference to be very informative. So I'm going to jump right in.
I hope they announce Persona 3 this year.
We all know that the video game industry
We've been waiting a long while.
Transition. In the 1880s, saw the start of the recorded music industry when Edison first invented the phonograph record. In the 1920s, saw the start of the motion picture industry, the movie business as we know it today. In the 1950s, television came of age. And of course, in 1975, a very important year for our industry, the video game business started with...
I see the problem here. Sony has confused their press conference with a video game essay video. But first we have to explain the concept of what entertainment is, before we can analyze Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts.
The original Pong. 20 years after the original Pong was launched, we in North America launched the original PlayStation. And in 1998, we were able to take the PlayStation and really penetrate it into the mass market. And of course, in 2000, we again revolutionized the industry by launching the PlayStation 2 in North America, Japan, and also in other territories.
Europe.
I'm going to take
Shout out to Europe.
Moment to
We
explain
refer
and
to that.
share with you some of the latest numbers on where we are with the PlayStation business. And on the PS1, on a worldwide basis, we are now over 96 million units. So we're really
Jesus
closing
Christ,
in
yeah, PS2 was a
on that
monster.
magic 100 millionth PlayStation.
There's Europe.
Not to be outdone, the PS2, over 51 million units now worldwide. Still, the installed base is accelerating at about 2.5 to 3 times that of the installed base pickup of the original PlayStation. Taking a look at software, that's where all the business is really coming from. As we all know, content is king. 917 million PlayStation software units worldwide, and for the PS2,
it's so much.
350 million. And
It's so much in these conferences. Like Nintendo did it as well. It's like, look at our numbers. Our numbers are bigger than yours. Like, who cares? You know, like.
Expect that another 250 million PlayStation and PlayStation 2 titles will be coming out into the market this year.
Like World of Warcraft gear score.
Just taking a quick
Like-
look at the competitive tie ratios, as you can see, life to date, PlayStation 2
Look
at
at this.
6.5 to 1 tie ratio.
Xbox,
PlayStation at
GameCube,
10.3.
they're shit.
This year, calendar year to date, PlayStation has topped the 10 to 1 tie ratio at 11.1 to 1. And on the PlayStation, we're looking at 18.6 to 1. Very impressive numbers indeed. Again, this business is all about content, and this is where we excel again. On the PlayStation 2,
God, we're
just
great.
in North America, we expect to have, by the end of the year, more than 580 titles in the PlayStation family.
Excellent.
As I stood here last year, I talked about the fact that the console war was over.
Console
And boy,
supremacy.
was it ever over. 51.2 million units worldwide. And I have the numbers up there for the other 2 platforms. I'd like to take paraphrase a TV commercial that I recently saw. There's a place where you can find the other video game consoles, and that happens to be in the rear view mirror. Now,
did they leave him on the
console wars is
roadside?
great, but it's incumbent upon us to make sure that we further evolve the business beyond the traditional.
There's like 20
battle of
GameCubes
the
there.
boxes.
On the
We need
next
to
to the
depart from the
M50.
status quo, and leadership requires new thinking. So
No one
don't
even
just look
clapped
to
or laughed.
PlayStation and Sony for just leadership in the game space.
No one laughed.
Really look to us for finding the right path to entertainment convergence. How do we do that? We're taking a 3-pronged approach. Leadership, reflecting, understanding what the consumers want from us, and continuously evolving the PlayStation 2 platform. In the first step, as we embark on this new strategy, we wanted to share with you today 4 of the most important aspects of our strategy: content, hardware evolution, community, and market expansion.
Yes, as
So
a
first,
game,
let's touch upon
market
content.
expansion. That's what I've been waiting for. Now I'm excited.
PlayStation breeds the hits. This is just an example of some of the great titles that have come to...
Okay, all right. Let's give this a breakdown, okay? So, I mean, Final Fantasy X, Kingdom Hearts, yep. Madden 2003. Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets is here. There actually is some pretty good... Okay, there actually is some pretty good titles here. I don't know if Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets is one to include. That's like historically a very jank and broken-ass game. A lot of movie tie-in games, isn't there? Yeah, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers was very good. The Return of the King one is significantly better. Two Towers, it gets really hard when you get to like Helm's Deep and stuff like that. Omnimusha, I'm not familiar with that one.
The market on the PlayStation 2 by our third-party publishing partners.
A lot of EA. There's a lot of EA across the board. Look at all that.
That have come on the PlayStation 2 format
It's
from
so
our
much.
third-party partners. And of course, exclusive content is always very important to drive the platform and the PlayStation 2 install base. And to this end, I'm happy to announce today that Solid Snake is going to be back only on PS2. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, when it comes out next year,
History repeats itself. It's out again.
On the
It's
PlayStation
coming.
2.
It's coming back.
Thank you.
Only on PS2.
Another great franchise, Grand Theft Auto. Rockstar continues to innovate the category with the breakthrough products that they bring.
Unlike those guys at Mario, you're not going to catch our characters jumping on turtles.
Gaming is all about. Grand Theft Auto Vice City covered new ground, and it was released accompanied by a soundtrack album as well. And this franchise has sold more than 17 million units now combined worldwide. And to this end, I'm happy to announce again that Grand Theft Auto, the next installment of the series, will debut exclusively on the PlayStation 2.
But that's not true. It came out on Xbox as well, didn't it? I'm pretty sure it did.
Not to be outdone, we've worked hard
And PC.
to bring innovative, envelope-pushing, exciting titles from our first-party studios. And this is an example of some of the million sellers that we've had from our first-party studios. Jak and Daxter,
Everybody's
Ratchet and Clank,
Golf.
The Getaway from our European company, Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, SOCOM US Navy SEALs, 1.2 million units, and this has only been released thus far in the North American market only. So we've yet to see sales in Japan, Europe, and some of the other territories. And from our studios in Japan, Hot Shots Golf. Today,
One guy
I'm also very excited to share with you an entirely new franchise that we will be bringing to the PlayStation 2, developed out of our Foster City studios, called Rise to Honor. This game has been inspired by the action films from Hong Kong and features the international action star Jet Li. He has been an integral part of the development process,
I don't know, I've heard of
helping
this.
us with the choreography, helping us coming in to do the motion capture on the game. And this features a very exciting 360-degree martial arts fighting system where you can battle with multiple enemies at the same time. I have a video to share with you on Rise to Honor, so let's take a quick look at that.
Let's go. How good was mocap back in 2003? Look at him go.
Here we are, early in the year 2000, and we're putting together a game that's based on Hong Kong action movies.
The
Jet Li
movement
calls
looks
up
so
Sony and
stiff.
says, "Hey, I'd like to be in a video game."
The way they're walking.
Movement in the movie.
It's him.
Because you have a character, you have a bad guy, they have table, chair, you have location, situation.
If you've seen any sort of a group fight scene with Jet, he's got guys flying at him from every different angle. We
It's
really
just
wanted to have a
dogpile.
360-degree fight system.
When I played a lot of games, all the actions were so simple. But for this project, we're using motion capture to give the characters more realistic motion.
It's a good
Why does
opportunity
it
to
look
work
so
with Sony
stiff?
PlayStation because the game like a movie.
Look the way he's running. High to realism.
Rise to Honor, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't forget it.
And now let me talk about the killer app on the PlayStation, and certainly for the PlayStation 2. None other than Gran Turismo. More than 32 million
Oh yeah, that's
of the
of course.
franchise product is sold worldwide on
Forget
the
about Gran
PlayStation
Turismo sometimes.
and the PlayStation 2. It is by far the most successful franchise in our company's history.
Making a movie on
Gran
this now, aren't they?
Turismo 3 A-Spec, which was the latest title launched for the PlayStation, has sold now over 11 million units worldwide. What I'd like to do now is to show you a brief clip that kind of goes through the history of the Gran Turismo franchise and share with you where we have come up until today. So let's take a look at that.
Sure. Let me see the cars race fast. Jesus, that's loud. Cargo Vroom. You need to understand the history of these cars. Really understand them. Redefine the category. God, we're great. The trailers have not changed at all for a lot of these things. Maybe the music has changed. But the same kind of action pan and shots. It's the same. Drive of your life. That's a quiet
And now
applause.
I'd like to introduce our first special guest to talk to you more about how we intend to evolve the Gran Turismo franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the producer of the Gran Turismo series and the president of Polyphony Digital, Mr. Kazunori Yamauchi.
Okay. I knew the Drift King was gonna watch. And it was cars, Sony as cars, it's true.
Thank you for sharing your time with me today. I'm very happy to be able to stand in front of you all to introduce
The developer
the
looks
title,
terrified.
Gran Turismo 4.
前作グランツーリスモ3というのはですね、
I don't think he wants to be there.
ある意味非常に悩まずに作れたタイトルだったんですね。というのは、グランツーリスモ3というのはプレイステーション2というハードウェアで作る最初のグランツーリスモでしたから、僕らはプレイステーション2のですねハードウェアの能力をいかに効果的にユーザーの皆さんに伝えるか、このことだけを考えて作っていればよかったんです。
When I recall the development of the previous title, Gran Turismo 3, I remember
How many Gran
not having
Turismo
to
games have there
worry
been at this point? I don't think there's been too many.
because GT3
This is 20 years
was the
ago.
version of Gran Turismo to run on the then brand new PlayStation 2 computer.
It's been 7 or 8.
でも今回は違います。グランツーリスモ4はですね、プレイステーション2
That's
にお
7, is
2
it?
回目の、グランツーリスモ
7,
に
the main
なる
numbers
わけ
plus
です。
sport. Okay.
But this time, it doesn't work that way. GT4 is the second Gran Turismo game to be released on the PlayStation 2 platform.
私たちはですね、過去2年間、グランツーリスモ4で我々がなすべき
These
ことは
poor developers are constantly being blinded with flash photography.
車がいる場所、環
The
境とは何
entire
だろう、
time
もっと
they're
言う
make
とですね
the like
車がい
in
る
this
この地球って
conference.
何だろうということをですね、
They're not going to be able to see.
深く、考え続けてきました。
There's a guy who's just like click,
そして
click,
何より
gotta
ですね、
get some more for the
考えてい
paper.
たのはプレイステーション2できることというのはまだまだあるだろうと、それは何なのかということを考え続けてきたわけです。
For the past 2 years, we have continued to think very hard on our goals and objectives.
What
for
is
GT4.
Gran Turismo
We
philosophy?
have traveled all over the world
Important
to
you
see
know.
and explore many different cars as possible, and to better understand what meaning cars have in our lives, in our living environment, and furthermore on this earth. Our goal was to explore and
Okay.
maximize the unexplored performance of the PlayStation 2.
これからお見せするビデオにはですね、
What does
2つのコンテン
cars
ツが
mean in
含ま
our
れていま
world?
す。一つはですね、我々がグランツーリスモ4に向けて全世界で行ってきた、取材の模様、あともう一つはですね、
We're gonna need
今
Socrates
現
a
在
game
も
to explain his
東京のポリ
philosophy.
フォニー
Yeah,
で
you're
です 研究室で行われているグランツーリスモ4のための新しいプレイステーション2のテクノロジーの映像、この2つが含まれています。ご覧ください。
The video we are about to show you includes footage of visits we have made to various locations around the world, and also some of the new technology of PlayStation 2 developed at Polyphony Studios. Please have a look.
Here's some pictures from our travel trip. Showing this on stage. Just want to share it with you. That's right, we went outside. We saw some bridges. Look at all these panning shots. It's a lot of cars. Now servers. Chairs. We have to make it exciting and cool. We have a helicopter for some reason now. Let's go. How many millions of dollars do you think it cost to produce this little compilation? Because like this is a lot in terms of marketing. This actually would have been very expensive. The intern did it. I don't think they did. It's just, we want to just advertise the cars now. Now they have a whole movie. This is how they got their pitch for the movie. It makes sense now. The Real Driving Simulator 4.
プレイステーション2の、能力にはですね、まだまだ、終わりがない、そう思います。それではですね、グランツーリスモ4のスペックについて、簡単に触れたいと思います。
I hope I was successful in showing you how Gran Turismo 4 has improved and in giving you to a certain extent.
But how will this incorporate the Sony iToy, which is in the background and a mainstay of this conference?
You might have felt that there are still so many things that can be done on the PlayStation 2, and I share the same feelings with you. Now, let me take time to lightly touch upon some of the planned key features.
まずですね、グランツーリスモにとって一番大事な、
We have more PowerPoint presentation slides to share with you.
これはですね、1997年のですね、グランツーリスモ開幕以来のですね、初めての大掛かりな、メジャーアップデートを行います。
For the first time since the introduction of Gran Turismo in 1997, the car physics simulation engine will also
Car physics, AI, cars. I'm very thankful cars is a bullet point for the Gran Turismo game, because God almighty, if you didn't have that there might not be much hope for the franchise.
ラップタイムシミュレーションにも使えるぐらい、非常に高い精度を持っておりまして、その精度ゆえにですね、今まで以上に、車のドライビング
and courses
リアルに体験できるということです。あと、リアルに
You could make this in Microsoft PowerPoint. This is a Microsoft PowerPoint slide. Just straight up. You can make this exact format. This is bullet points. They haven't even formatted or tried to use the space better.
Actual automobile makers is achieved, while driving will also be improved.
それからですね、敵車の振る舞いを決定づける、AI ですね、敵車の AI に関しても、
Just need like a star wipe to the next
グラン
slide.
ツーリスモのシリーズ始まって以来の大掛かりな、アップグレードを行うつもりでおります。これは具体的にどうなるかというとですね、敵車の振る舞いが、もっともっとスムーズに、もっともっと人間らしくなるということです。
Also, a major upgrade will be made for the AI. This is also for the first time in the series. The competition will feel
It is
more
2003,
human rather
so it
than
would have been a big deal with PowerPoint. You're right. Oh, maybe I'm being too harsh.
車についてです。
PowerPoint
車の
is the
数に
future.
ついてはですね、現在過去に我々が作ってきたどの作品よりも多く、収録したい、そう思ってます。我々のコンセプトとしては、車が、誕生してからですね、現在までの車の歴史というものをですね、もう一回グランツーリスモでしかできない
Or you could use AI to generate a PowerPoint.
そういうものです。
At this
Probably
time,
more
I'm
realistic
intending
now,
to have
unfortunately.
more cars in Gran Turismo 4 than any other games in the past. The concept of this game is to re-experience the history of cars from its birth to present in a way only possible with Gran Turismo.
So much of this conference is cars. We like cars. You will experience cars. God, I hope you're excited for cars.
美しいランドスケープをたくさん入れたいというふうに思っています。
I'm also preparing courses with beautiful landscapes, landscapes whose values will increase all the more by the presence of a car.
また、実在するサーキット
Nature was incomplete until you put a car near it.
積極的に実在するサーキットというのは、収録してこなかったんですけれども、今回はですね、物理シミュレーションの精度が非常に上がったということで、そういったものについてもどんどん積極的に収録したいというふうに思っています。
Before, we had limited real circuits. Now, due to the enhanced accuracy of the physics engine, I look forward to including more real circuits from around the world.
そしてですね、現時点では、詳しいお話できないんですけれども、ネットワークへもですね、現在我々はそのための作業をしているところです。
Although we cannot share with you in detail at this time, other new features include the availability of enjoying Gran Turismo online.
God, marketing was weird in the 2000s.
明日から始まる E3 では SC のブースで、グランツーリスモ4のごくごく一部ではあるんですけれども、実際に触って体験することができる。
This is how you sell copies of your game.
All of you who are here today are welcome to experience for yourselves a part of Gran Turismo World, starting tomorrow at the SCA booth.
最後にですね、我々のグランツーリスモ4に向けての目標なんですけれども、一つはですね、グランツーリスモ4が、プレイステーション2における、新しいテクノロジーのベンチマークになりたいというふうに思っています。あともう一つはですね、グランツーリスモでしかできない方法で、車のライフスタイルをどんどん追求していきたい、そう考えています。
In closing, my goal with Gran Turismo 4 is to set a new benchmark in technology and to further capture the automotive lifestyle.
皆さんにですね、それをお見せできる日を楽しみにしております。どうぞ期待して待っていてください。最後にもう一度ですね、今日わざわざこの時間を取っていただいて。
They just want you to buy a car. It's not even Gran Turismo at this point.
I'm looking forward to sharing with you. Thank you again once for your time.
More cars, though. We're not done. We're not done, and the audio's been muted. We're not free of the cars. There's more. Before you go, we have to show just a few more driving sequences. Music's like jump scaring me with how the audio cuts out. Oh, God. Wow, look at them cars. Are you driven? Get it? Because it's a car? Let them go. That's a car right there. We're going to follow it up with another car. And they showed some of this footage before in the Super Cup. Guys, it looks good, really good for 2003. It does, actually. This would have been like peak gaming back then. Like, oh my God, look at the polygons. Drive of your life. Gran Turismo 4. Now the next slide of my PowerPoint presentation on hardware.
Now I'd like to talk about some hardware innovation. We talked about software content, and now it's on to hardware. Let's recap where we are today. The PlayStation 2, when it first came out in 2000, was really the first of its kind product. It fused media content PlayStation 2 games.
It's the best-selling
PlayStation
DVD
games,
player in the world, I believe.
DVD playback capability.
It's actually one of the biggest selling points of
It
it.
also plays audio CDs for those of you who forgot. And last year, we talked about a $199 price point for the current PlayStation 2. Today, I'm happy to announce that we are extending that value proposition by releasing a new PlayStation 2 SKU. The new PlayStation 2 SKU that we will be launching in June will come bundled with the network adapter. As you all know, the network adapter is a $40
Oh, hang on.
peripheral.
What's happening there? Hang on one sec. Oh, something's going all right. Just give me 1 second. I don't know why it's flickering all of a sudden. Too much skew, apparently. Hang on. Maybe that fixes it?
That is available separately for the PlayStation 2 users that want to go online. And we will obviously continue to offer the network adapter as a separate peripheral. But going forward, we are going to make available the network adapter right in the box with the PlayStation 2 so that all the consumers who purchase a PlayStation 2 starting from June will have out-of-the-box online play.
It's actually quite ahead of its time when they did this.
We're also going to be phasing in hardware.
The fact that you just
that is
have
going to take
internet
advantage
access,
and
like, it
enhance
took
the new
Nintendo to,
features
like,
on the
what?
PlayStation 2. These features include the ability
Like, does
to
the Wii U even have an
play
Ethernet
back
port? It doesn't.
rewritable DVD
Nintendo
discs,
only got, like, an
plus
Ethernet
RW,
port
minus
in their
RW.
consoles with, like, the new model Switch, like, 2 years ago. This is 2003. Like, I mean, Microsoft did it way earlier, too, at, like, Xbox 360. I think that had it, like, off the bat. But yeah, like this is 2003, and already Sony's like, yeah, put an Ethernet port in it. The Wii had a port? Did it? Did it have a port, though? I don't think it did. You could go online with Wi-Fi. I don't think it had a port. Like a physical one. I don't think mine did. It might be a particular model of Wii.
As well as, of course, DVD-Rs. Also, it will feature progressive scan
It's a
during
USB
DVD
adapter.
playback
Yeah,
for
not
higher
quite the same.
resolution when you play back your motion pictures. It will have a built-in IR remote sensor so that
Oh, the Wii had online, but it was like
users
Wi-Fi in
can
that. Like,
take
an
advantage
actual
of the remote
port
control
in the
without
console,
having
though, is
to
actually
plug in
significant.
an IR receiver in the controller port, which is the situation that we have today. And of course, not to be outdone, we heard people say that, you know what, the fan sounds a little noisy, so we've addressed that as well. The new fan is going to feature 30 decibels lower, so you can enjoy the PlayStation 2 any time of the day without waking up your family or friends.
you
Especially when you're playing at 3 in the
play at
morning.
4 a.m.
So, this extended value
Stay up
proposition
forever.
for PlayStation 2 with the network adapter bundled in is going to be available for $199.
Oh, that
Again,
price point
extending
hurts
the value
today.
proposition that we bring to the consumers.
That price point hurts today.
Other exciting news on the hardware front is, of course, the USB headset that came bundled together
$200.
with SOCOM US Navy SEALs. We have now more than 1 million of these headsets in the market. And the headset can be used standalone as new games
We gotta
come out
sell our
which feature
extra cables,
voice over
like,
IP. And obviously
accessories.
that enhances the gameplay experience even further. And we will be bringing out into the market this fall a PlayStation 2 branded USB headset so that, again, consumers can experience voice over IP with a variety of games that will be coming out later this year. Also, we have a very exciting new product that we are going to bring out, which is called iToy.
Oh,
Let me
here
show
we
you
go.
what the iToy looks like. This is if we can get a shot of this. This is the iToy camera.
Revolutionary technology.
This is a revolutionary USB
No.
camera, very easy to use, plug and play, as is all the peripherals with PlayStation. Just plug it into the USB port of your PlayStation 2, I'm sorry.
No.
All you need to do is really just focus, because everything else has been pre-calibrated.
This is gonna change the world.
And this is obviously designed to really take advantage of the hardware's power and the flexibility that the PlayStation 2 brings. This allows for a variety of new entertainment experiences for the consumers and interact with the software in the PlayStation 2 without having to rely on the controller, but by being able to control the PlayStation or interact with the gameplay using the...
Why are developers always obsessed with this idea? Because this happened with Kinect as well. You are the controller. Like...
this camera alone. And this technology was developed for about 2 years at the SCEA R&D facilities in Foster City. And there's a consumer product software that goes along with the
VR. VR is
iToy
actually
camera
good, though.
that was developed by our sister company, Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. And now, to talk a bit more about iToy and what it can do, I'd like to introduce our next guest, the inventor of the iToy technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Richard Marks.
Let's go. Dr. Marks.
How's it going?
What games did they even make for the iToy?
So in order to show you iToy, I think we have one set up over here. I'll give you an example of the iToy. You see the camera, it sits on top of a television
It's such a massive stand.
And there's a PlayStation 2 down here, and there's no controller hooked up right now because the camera is going to be my interface.
Oh,
what you're seeing on screen is the same thing I'm seeing on my television set, and it's what a user would see. So to interact with the system is very intuitive. You just reach up and move your hand in front of the button.
Wow, it's
you can
so
scroll through the
easy.
That we have on this
This
disc
beats
here.
just pressing a key.
One of the games and get started. Call up Kung Fu. We just say select that game.
Okay, you just chose Kung Fu. Okay, all right.
So Kung Fu is a classic arcade-style game where there's a lot of bad guys that are coming after you, and you have to try to fight them off. And it has a lot of the traditional gameplay elements of multiple levels, bonus rounds, and there's a big boss at the end. So this is showing me that I need to fight off the bad guys.
Did anyone here play this?
Again, all the interface is just
I
through
heard
the
of
camera.
this. I never saw it once.
So this will show you how it works right now.
Was it any good?
Ready. Fight.
Fight.
Because it's not.
All right.
Like they're laughing at him even playing
The
this.
interface is really flexible and you can be creative with
They're
what you
just
do.
laughing at him.
You need to be in Rise to Honor.
Use your head.
Forget Jet
Incredible.
Li.
This is the future of games right here.
And when you
Very
want to
cool.
exit the game, you can just
Very
walk up to
cool.
the camera, put your hand over the game, that exits you to the menu screen. And
Awful,
yes, I'm
I've
sure I
played
will
it.
exit. As I mentioned before, there's 12 games on the disc that comes with the camera.
How many
And
TVs
there's
do you
a
think got
wide
punched
variety
because of the
games.
result of
There's,
this
rhythm
technology?
action games, fighting games,
Quite a few.
a little bit of sports, some puzzle games. So I'm going to show you another game here real fast.
You have to make like
Wishy-washy.
that
Right.
gesture.
Wishy-washy is probably the most novel of all the games that come on the disc. It's actually a... So the idea with Wishy-washy is it's going to come up and you're not going to see me because I'm behind a dirty window. And the job I have to do is clean
Incredible.
the dirty windows. This is great, especially for young people and people of all ages, because it's very simple what you have to do. You just have to move around and clean the windows. So
Incredible.
the faster you do it, the more windows you clear off, the more points you get.
Now, did
I have
you
some
bring
windows
those
I can
squeegee
clean at
today, or
home,
is
but
that
thanks to this
not part of
virtual
the package?
experience.
I'm trying. It's a bit of a workout here. Why don't you come over and help me, Kaz?
Me? No, I don't think so.
Come on, come on.
He doesn't want to play.
Well,
all right.
I tell you, I hate it when things are not in the script here.
Here, you
Okay.
can clean off that. There we
All
go.
right, just stand here.
Yeah, just
Okay.
go ahead.
I can't tell if he's going along or actually upset. I hate it when it's not in the script.
I think he's better than I am. Wait a minute. We can do it together.
can't
okay?
tell.
It's a great
All
thing,
right,
you know?
take that part.
He can cover that side. I cover this side.
Is this like a new career for me, or? There we go. Very cool. Okay, why don't you come out here again?
It's just the
Thank
same
you very much.
level
Thank you,
again and again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Richard Marks.
It's the same level.
Okay, a bit of a workout there. Huh? Okay. So iToy camera,
Oh,
it will ship with
a bit of exercise,
disc
not how I
with 12
feel about
game
that.
applications for a $39 SRP, and it will become available here in North America in October of this year. Now, we just demonstrated two very fun games, but iToy as a camera, as a peripheral, has really a lot of long-term potential. We're talking about real-time special effects.
How long did it last?
Which we are actually showcasing at the Logitech booth at E3.
Long-term potential.
Really, the list is endless. And right
the
out of the
list
box,
is
by the way,
endless.
We've incorporated
How
a
many
feature
games were
where
made
you
for
can,
this?
Tape video messages up to a minute on your memory card. And so, instead of putting sticky notes on the refrigerator, you can actually leave a note or a message for your friends and family right through
Endless.
iToy, through the iToy camera. So some very
endless
exciting
amount of
applications
content
with iToy. Now I'd like to move on to the third part of our four-part strategy, and that is community.
Oh, here we go.
Last year, when I spoke about the PlayStation 2 and moving the PlayStation 2 consumers into the online space, a lot of people asked the question, can console gaming really become a viable part, and can online become a viable part of the console gaming experience? The answer is a definite yes, as long as you have the right strategy. The first key to success, obviously,
Here's my
is to
next
make
4
sure
PowerPoint
that you
slides.
have a solid platform
Business
position,
101.
which we definitely have with the PlayStation 2. Don't try to replicate what the PC experience has been, because the consumers are playing the PlayStation 2 in the living room. And so what we have done is taken an approach where we have made online really an extension of the PlayStation 2 gaming experience in the living room. Our goals last year were really to lead the consumers online, taking a very open market approach to the consumer's choices of connectivity options, whether we're talking about broadband, dial-up, ISPs, also making it very open to our third-party publishing partners.
This is actually quite important in 2003. What kind of internet provider and service do you actually have?
And we also had realistic expectations of where we thought the consumers were going as far
We're
as
going to corner the dial-up market. Something that Nintendo's only capitalizing on now with their own internet service.
Has been nothing short of astounding. To this date, we have, just in the North American market, more than 600,000 network adapter users, and we have, in the past 6 months, built the largest online community in the gaming space, whether we're talking about console or whether we're talking about PCs. And obviously, the network adapter doesn't sell itself. The users want to go online because there's compelling content to go online. And one of that would be, of course, SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs.
It is cool how big they
in the
were
North
on
American
online
market alone.
functionality even back
30%
then.
of those users are enjoying the
I mean,
online gameplay, and we have between 50
this might not
and
mean anything
60,000
to
users
us.
that on an average day.
Like,
come
yes,
to play.
SOCOM
More
U.S.
than
Navy SEAL
13,000
stats.
Simultaneous users playing SOCOM.
Who knows?
Some of the things that we've found out about our users as they go online.
Gamers are more competitive online. That's a bit of an understatement, Sony. You heard of League of Legends. They get a bit more than competitive.
Online gamers, they play more often and they play longer. And of course, when they're online, competing with other people, they become more competitive.
That's one way of putting it.
This is a demographic breakdown of the PlayStation 2 network adapter user base, with more than 73% of the users between the ages of 18
13
and
to
34.
17.
And to date, more than 98% of those users are male. So what does that mean? There's a lot of potential for additional and different kinds of applications.
Oh, that's so
The other
bad.
half of the population into the PlayStation 2 online world.
98%.
I talked about the ability of the network
That's
adapter
horrific.
to use both broadband and dial-up. This is the breakout right now as we speak. 58% broadband, 42% is on dial-up.
We need to know this information.
Adapters that we left no one behind, and the numbers really speak for themselves. There is a considerable number of users who want to connect through dial-up, and we made sure with the network adapter that we included them in our online plans.
We're trying to be inclusive of our online plans.
So what are the next
Apparently,
steps?
unless you're a woman.
What we want to do is take the more than 600,000 users that we've been able to bring to the PlayStation 2 online user base and transition really from an early adopter market to more of a mainstream or a mass market proposition. And we believe that for critical mass, we want to have at least 1 million users on the PlayStation 2
critical mass acceptance.
Community. And once
Critical
we reach
mass is 1
mass,
million.
It opens up a host of different experimentation, whether it's with software content or other online content. And ultimately, we in North America expect to have between 5 to 10% of the overall PlayStation 2 installed base going online. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, with the introduction
I can't get over how bad that ratio is.
Which bundles the network adapter with
98%.
the PlayStation 2 hardware, we believe that we are making some significant strides in bringing a mass market
I hope we've
audience
come a bit
to
further
PlayStation
along
2
since then.
online world. Some titles on online that I'd like to share with you today. SOCOM 2, U.S. Navy SEALs.
Big about this SOCOM game.
Has sold more than 1 million
Never heard of
units
it.
in North America alone, and we are coming out
It's
with
nearly
a
very
sequel
equal now.
with
It is, yeah.
additional gameplay
I think it's like
features
52%
in
even on
November
Switch.
Of 2003.
Like much
Siphon
healthier.
Filter, another first-party title that we brought out and became a huge franchise on the original PlayStation, will be coming to PlayStation 2 with online capability, including voice over IP, taking advantage of the headset that I talked about
Siphon
earlier.
Filter, the Omega Strain.
And of course,
oh no,
Final Fantasy XI. We are very happy.
Notoriously bad launch. They pulled this from the market, Sony.
And for SCA to be able to publish Final Fantasy XI.
They actually took this one offline because it was so bad.
And together with the hard disk
They have to
drive,
rebrand it.
this online-only software title
No, I'm thinking of
will
14.
become available in the North American.
Was it not 11 that they took off the market? Was it the first version? I thought it was 11. That was 14's first version. Right, okay. I don't know if 11 was good at launch either. It's still online, really?
American market in the first quarter of calendar 2004. Now I have a very brief
Got a
video
patch
to show
a few
you
months
of
ago.
Final Fantasy
That is
XI.
wild.
So
I
please
thought
take a
this was
look.
the really bad one. I thought they had to like rebrand it and just like make it Final Fantasy 14 or something. Still going strong apparently. Sure. MMO Final Fantasy. Take one. 14 was a Realm Reborn, that's it. This is the World of Warcraft killer. Get used to it. Look at these intense graphics. I can't... Even if it wasn't as pixelated, I don't think I could see anything there. Really the precursor to Game of Thrones. There's a lot of them for what's supposed to be the Final Fantasy. It is quite ironic, yes. But when the first one came out, it was true. It was supposed to be the last one. And it just did really well, so that's why they kept it. Oh, we're on the sports. Let's go.
Another very important genre of games as we move the
We got
PlayStation
sports,
2 experience
cars,
online
JRPG.
is sports.
3 pillars.
All the major brands of sports are on the PlayStation 2, and sports, perhaps more so than any other genre in the online space, really has the opportunity to bring community building, online tournament play, as well as real-time stats and roster updates. And so we're very excited about the prospects of this genre to expand the PlayStation 2 online experience. And in that regard, I'm very happy to announce today that EA Sports, all of their 9 online-enabled titles in the
EA
sports
Sports
area
huge
will
back
be
in this era.
exclusive online to PlayStation for the 2003-2004 season.
After that, we're branching the fuck out everywhere else.
Thank you.
Yes, it's exclusive. Less people can play.
Next guest. He comes from a company that has shared the stage with us for the past 4 years at the E3 press conference for PlayStation, a long-standing partner of Sony Computer Entertainment, Inc. They are the largest publishing company in the world, and they're here today to share with you some of their exciting marquee titles on the online space.
It's more EA, isn't
for
it?
launch for the 2003-2004 season. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the President and Chief Operating Officer of Electronic Arts,
Yes, it
Mr.
is.
John Riccatello.
I mean, EA was killing it back in this day. Like, they had so many just absolute, like with all the sports games.
Thank you very much, Kaz.
And they had so much licensing
On behalf of everyone
power.
at Electronic Arts, I can tell you for sure that we're proud to be back at E3.
Johnny A.
In 2003, we're back with an even bigger and better lineup of games on the PlayStation 2. And as Kaz just mentioned,
Now
the
let's
world
talk
of EA
about Madden.
Sports will be online exclusive with the PlayStation 2. Now, last year, we offered 2 titles on PS2 online, Madden and NBA Live.
There it is.
And we received an incredible response from core gamers that love sports. More than 450,000 players registered to compete in EA Sports Online on the PS2, which made ours the world's largest console online community. Nobody else came close. This year,
He's gonna say, yeah,
Sports
drink whatever, take a
Online
shot,
on
whatever he says. It
PS2
looks just like
will
television.
include incredible new features,
Immersive.
tournaments, ladders, cash prizes, and perhaps more important than anything else, the voice over IP. We call it EA Sports Talk. Software that allows you to trash talk the guy you're playing with just as if they were sitting next to you on the couch.
Oh no.
What I'd like to do now is show you some of these titles.
I don't know if we need that feature,
What
EA.
you're not going to see is videotape. We're about to watch 6 EA Sports games played live, online, with tournaments,
Just,
features
you can
including
bully
voice
the
chat.
other players.
Make that EA Sports Talk, playing here from Los Angeles to 6 different cities around the country. Let's start with the NFL. Madden NFL 2004, the best-selling sports game worldwide.
Look at those
Madden's
graphics.
back and looks even more spectacular this year. Melvin Lindsay is here in Los Angeles to show us the game. Melvin, who are you playing against?
Phil Frazier in Orlando, Florida.
In Florida. You got him on live sports talk?
Yes, I do, right now.
You ready to take him down?
He's just, he just wants to play the game.
All right, here we go. Take a look.
I don't know why you're holding the microphone here. Just a mystery mic anchor.
Ooh, that looked painful. Alpha code and it still works.
What is happening?
See if I can get a little play action play.
Do they even sell Madden outside of America? Like, I don't think they do. Like, I don't see it here. I think this is just like an American thing more than anything.
Oh, his defense is too tight.
We get FIFA
That
games.
looks amazing.
I don't think we get Madden.
Let's give you one more play.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is so uninteresting to me, but I know there's like dopamine in this guy's brain right now, you know?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
People see it as like, yeah, I need this Madden. This is revolutionary from Madden 2002.
NBA Live 2004. Last year, NBA Live revolutionized console basketball with freestyle control. NBA Live was the #1 selling basketball game on all platforms. Otis Perrick is here to demo live. Who are you playing against, Otis?
I'm playing against
Who's
Dan
this
Langham.
mystery Mike
All right,
person?
then take him.
Oh, I'm taking him to school right now.
Let's see what you got.
Come on, Dan, bring it. Dan's in Chicago right now.
Whoa.
This is the crossroom.
Here's Weber. Good work.
Let's go, let's go.
Mike's dad's not exist in 2003. Apparently not.
To the freestyle control. Unbelievable. Okay, we're now going to leave.
He doesn't seem too happy about that. Like, he scored. I don't think he's convinced.
EA Sports exclusive. NASCAR Thunder 2004. Now, this is a game that was made.
I don't think we get
to play
NASCAR
online.
either.
Tom Geddes is here to demo the game for us. How's the car handling?
It's looking pretty good here.
Who are you playing against, and where are they?
Let him
I got Trevor up in San Francisco.
Up in San
Mystery
Francisco?
Mike.
Let's see what you can do. You're in the Home Depot
I'm
car,
just
right?
here.
That's right, Tony Stewart, Winston Cup champ. Oh, big wreck.
A little pile up. I think
Just
you can
keep
pull
on
out of
heading
that
through
and do
that
something
yellow
good. Going inside.
I don't think we get any of these games in Europe. Like, none of these last 3. I don't think we get NBA either. I don't think we get NASCAR.
Before he kills himself, I'm going to move on.
We'll get like more general things like Gran
Now, leaving
Turismo and
NASCAR,
that.
I'm going to go on to the king of college sports, NCAA football 2004. Now, last year, EA Sports NCAA football was the #2 selling football game in the country, behind Madden, beating every other NFL game in the market.
Is our competitor for Madden that we also
Show us the
produce.
game. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing well, John.
Who are you playing with?
I'm taking on Jimmy in Austin, Texas.
In Texas. So he's in Austin?
Austin, Texas.
And you got the EA Sports talk going?
I am. I'm getting trash talk Southern style, but I'm about to.
Oh, that was close.
Oh no. Oh no, well.
Jimmy, you want to punt it back?
That can't be good.
Now, because you never know how many you're going to have to score in the second half to win. They'll take over at the 20.
EA's now announced football twice for this conference. If you don't like Madden, other varieties of football are also available.
You got nothing.
He's looking, rolling out to the right side.
There we go.
And an outstanding play defensively.
Hey, the defense owns this one.
And managed to get a hand in there to deflect the ball away.
It looks so awkward. Like, what are all these graphs and that?
I'm getting an earful with a Southern accent.
We need some yardage here.
Why are they're selling it as if, oh, this guy is swearing at me. Jesus, the things he's saying to me, you would not want to hear this. And you could have that experience at home.
This one to the defense. Okay, we're now going to leave the gridiron and go to the world's most popular spectator sport. The EA exclusive FIFA Football 2000.
But wait, here's a third kind of football if you're not convinced yet.
This year, Sony Europe and EA Europe will provide online play for FIFA this fall. FIFA will have all the great features, all the stuff you'd expect, from tournaments and ladders to the voice chat, EA Sports Talk. Now, Matt Bilby is playing here. Matt, you are here.
I'm here.
Who are you playing with?
I'm playing Christoph in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Up in Vancouver?
And the guy on the other end has just personally insulted my mother, and I'm not going to repeat that language for the broadcast here. You won't believe it.
It's a 0-0 game at the moment. He's got a very, very good defense. Let me see if I can break the defense and get some shots at goal.
Let's see what we can do. They're playing live online. Whoa, score!
I want to play football with a degree of self-esteem today, but this man's really knocking it down a peg or two.
And look at yet another EA Sports exclusive. Now, our next game is Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004.
Golf
sales
now.
on this one have jumped pretty dramatically in the last couple of years if we've attracted new players through characters and features that no one else has got. This year's game's already getting a huge amount of buzz, and a lot of the core players are coming to us asking for early code. We have a volunteer to play with us today from Orlando, Florida. Who do we got up here?
Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing, Tiger?
I'm doing pretty good, bud.
He just had his hat down.
What's going on?
Well, I think we're going to see some competition. Now, Tiger, you know who you're playing against?
You know, someone told me I was playing against some trash-talking fool who looks like an idiot.
You won't believe what the guy's saying on the other end again.
I think this guy may be here with us in Los Angeles.
Why are they
Let's
advertising
meet him right
this?
now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce golfing legend, Cedric the Entertainer. Welcome.
How you doing?
There's the man.
All right.
We have golfers.
Mr. Woods, where are you?
What an outfit. Oh, my.
This is going to be the latest, dog. Everybody want to rock this. This is SETI Golf 2004, my friend. No red shirts.
Wow.
Get ready. And when I beat
Tiger
your
is
butt
not
in this,
impressed.
Then you really, I want to take a picture of you, and you got to wear this, matter of fact.
Oh, God.
These exact pants, matter of fact. I want them to be
What is
long
happening?
and shorter.
What is going on?
Actually, they look like capris. Aren't women supposed to wear those?
What'd he say? You on tape delay. Wait a minute. I'm just getting it. Oh, that's funny. No.
What is happening?
Hey, guys, why don't we try to settle this on the course?
All right,
Now,
we can do that. We can
you
do
guys
that.
chose Pebble Beach, and you've already run through the first 17 holes. Let's see what the action's been so far.
98% men face working. Oh no. Yeah, it shows. Why is there only 2% of women playing our 2% women playing our games? I wonder.
There we go.
Ah, Jesus. Oh, here they are. They're golfing. Come a long way. I'd like to think so. Wait, the song is Tiger Woods, y'all. EA Sports.
I'll teach you those moves, Tiger.
It's a song just Tiger Woods, yo.
Throw the cards, throw the cards, man.
I just keep saying Tiger Woods.
Okay, we are back live. Tiger and Cedric are tied after 17, heading into the tee of the 18th hole at
2003.
Pebble Beach. Tiger, I think you're up first.
All right.
Sweet, even up.
Oh, now we get to what an actual
By
golfing
the way,
game looks
if,
like.
Anyone's watching, you notice that we're playing from the white tees just because of Ced's game.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't get too nervous. There's a lot of water splashing over there. You know, you've been off lately.
What?
This is
okay.
live. Tiger hit this shot, and it certainly looks
It's
like
all right. It's cool.
Now we get to, I mean, this is what a golf game actually is like now, where it's just, especially when it's a serious one, where it's just,
All right,
it's all so
big
serious.
dog, man.
You slow playing me over here.
This is the man. He's playing live.
But they're not even talking. They're just kind of waiting.
I'm gonna go back. Let me. All right, I just want to take a look at it real quick. Make sure. Hey, okay.
It's
yes, wait a minute, I
it's
had to
golf.
draw. Okay. Yes, sir. Look at it.
Whoa!
There it goes.
You didn't know I could play, did you, Tiger?
Oh, here we go.
That is looking good. All right, Tiger.
All right, now.
Going on. Do we prefer this or like the fake multiplayer gameplay conferences that we would get later? Where it's like they're all playing like a co-op FPS. Like, check your comms, check your left. Oh, he's got a flashbang.
Yeah,
Heck of a shot.
Been out there for his morning round. I see now.
He sounds
yeah,
tired.
They got the wrong socks on me on the game that threw me off. All right.
Isn't that a buck?
No, man. I think that might go right there. Hold on. That might be the one.
It's cut into his character.
In the hole.
Pretty good shot.
I should be dancing. I should be dancing on that one.
All right.
No, you be away.
Let me talk to my caddy, man.
Player conference.
What is happening here? This really makes me feel like, you know, gone golf.
A little bit.
It's so awkward. Why are the waves so loud?
You may not know this, but the caddy is also the producer of the game.
Today would be great.
This is it, man. Don't worry.
They're so tired. I mean, at least they're being honest with depicting what golf is like.
Wow!
Exhausted. Oh, there's like the OG Fortnite dances.
Pop and lock, baby. That's the pop and lock.
Incredible.
This is your chance. Don't shake, Tiger, please.
All right.
Please, don't worry about it. You know, if you don't get it in this time, you know, there is other holes.
Like, no one is talking at all.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's
this round
so
goes to
awkward.
Cedric.
All right, Ced. You the man.
All right.
It's so awkward.
You the man.
Tiger, any last words?
Hey, Ced's the man.
All right. Tiger, thank you very much.
All right, guys.
Cedric,
Thanks for having me.
Thank God the God.
Guys, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, EA Sports Online. It's
We're almost
this
there,
July
gang.
On the PlayStation 2. We'll see you there. Thanks.
We're almost there. I feel like I've aged 20 years in this conference.
You beat him.
You beat him! The ultimate gaming online. You can play football. You can play football. You can play basketball. Not football this time. God. Ice hockey too, we didn't see that one. You can play football again. Did we mention football? We have that one. Did we mention basketball? We have a second basketball game too. You're in competition with ourselves, people.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh my god. And now I'd like to tell you about our market expansion for Sony and how we plan
Thank you.
to dominate the global
Tiger,
sphere.
Thank you, Cedric, and thank you, John, as well, for that exciting piece of golf play. I'm not very much of a golfer, but that looked pretty exciting.
That was exciting
now,
to you?
On to the last portion, or the last fourth point.
There's only a minute left in the
as we
conference.
evolve the business is talking about market expansion.
I think this is going to cut out early.
I'd like to introduce our final guest speaker today to talk about our
You haven't got long,
plans to expand
Sony.
the PlayStation experience. He's a gentleman.
Oh, it
that,
is part
I always
one.
have the-
It is part one. Okay. All right. Well, let's cut him off there because it's too much excitement after that golf game. Let's see if we can squeeze in a little bit of the Microsoft conference because I'm curious as to what they actually showcased. This one seems to be a bit shorter too. This one's only like 40 minutes of that. We can watch most of this before I have to hop. Okay. Yeah, let's get this up. One more conference. I mean, this one has to just be Halo.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Or actually, welcome back. I hope most of you were here with us last year.
Quality has somehow gotten even worse.
We told you that Xbox is here to stay, that we are in the games business to make a difference.
It's not like this the entire way, at least.
Told you that we'd have more than 200 great games by holiday, and we promised to take gaming to new levels.
We told you that Xbox was the platform designed for the future of digital entertainment.
It's so hard to hear him.
We promised that design would pay off with Xbox Live.
So tonight, first things first, we have delivered.
We've delivered with the highest attach rate on record, just 17 months after launch.
It's time our market numbers again.
Xbox Live in 11 countries, with over 500,000 gamers playing over 15 million game sessions every week.
Yeah!
And we've delivered new experiences
Gamers.
that have changed the nature of video game entertainment.
With that, Robbie, I think you should tee up the promises of this year.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, they actually seem a little bit excited and happy to be here compared to the Sony conference.
So a year ago, we said that behind our commitment, driving our momentum, is our vision. A vision that sees the games industry growing and doubling over the next 10 years. Tonight, that vision is as true as ever. Video games are at the core of the Xbox vision, and Xbox developers are innovating with new kinds of characters.
I'm trying to think how much actually came out for Xbox that isn't Halo or Fable. Like, those are the main two.
Also about community. And Xbox Live is building gaming communities by bringing people together as never before.
FIFA.
And now,
Gears of War, no, OG Xbox, the original Xbox. That wasn't on it.
devices and content.
The original Xbox.
Look around. Look at the choices people are making around the world. The entertainment they're enjoying. In hundreds of millions of homes, people
Blink's
now
the
have
Time
MP3
Sweeper.
players, digital cameras.
The
and
fuck
DVD
is that?
players. There are more than 250 million internet-connected PCs around the world. And not just in offices. They're in bedrooms, dens, and dormitories.
Oh, just there.
And the connections are getting faster. By 2005, more than 100.
Yeah, hang on. Let's get some gameplay. Let's jump to id Software. Hang on. Let's jump ahead.
The Union Aerospace Corporation, an arm of the
Which
most
Doom
powerful
game was
government
this?
on Earth, has been performing secret experiments in their base on Mars. UAC scientists have made discoveries that will forever change human existence.
Doom 3.
Then something went terribly wrong.
I feel like Doom as a franchise feels like it's been very uniform in what it's trying to present and capture. Just run and shoot. Jeez, it's so loud. Oh, this one looks a lot slower. You can't run nearly as quickly. Audience is so excited.
Doom 3 on Xbox from id and Activision. Do you need any more proof that great games are at the heart of Xbox entertainment? Xbox games just keep getting better.
There's a developer's note there for the capture.
More breathtaking and more heart-stopping. And that's because we are enabling developers to realize their creative potential like no other console company. So when Bizarre Creations wanted to evolve Project
This is very old
gorgeous
GameSpot
cars,
coverage.
and amazing online play,
Is
I
GameSpot
said,
still
"Go
going?
for it." And when
Still a thing?
LucasArts asked
I don't know if it is.
to debut their next big Star Wars game tonight here at this show, I said,
It is. Okay. Xbox Live. Big deal back in the day. Get down in front! I'm trying to record! Project Gotham Racing? This is not Gran Turismo. Gotta have something to compete with it. Car Wars. Wait, what was that caption? Smoking your little sister? The fuck does that mean? "98% male audience deems it." Beating your sister in the game. Smoking? I've never heard that as a term. Alright. Get smoked. I've not heard this. Oh, it's from Persona. Oh, the hat, yeah. I think I was confused then, too. American Major. Respect is not a privilege? What is that? What? What's going on with this character? Dude, I just want to race cars. It's so edgy. Remember, Nintendo's edgier. The old LucasArts game. They had quite a few. Is this Knights of the Old Republic? Is it? There was quite a few. Battlefront was the big one. And most people probably remember. Star Wars military shooter. I think it's gonna end well for these guys. It's like survival horror Star Wars. I have no idea. Republic Commando. I've not heard of this one. One guy, it's like before everyone else starts.
Okay, now let's take a look at some of the great titles coming from Japan.
That's a much better camera view. The blowing up monitor.
2 years to create True Fantasy Live Online, the first massively multiplayer online role-playing game designed specifically for Xbox. And another great title.
I can't tell if they have microphones or not. It doesn't look it, does it? I think you just talk to the crowd.
First-person shooter category by adding hand-to-hand combat that makes the game feel even more up close and personal. Have a look.
We can't hear him. Oh, is this? Wait, no, it's not Fable. Music kind of got me thinking that way. Who do you want to be? What are your dreams? Here's a man riding a velociraptor. What's worth fighting for?
Land of fantasy. Become the hero you always wanted to be.
Look at him go.
Connect with friends. And make new allies. In a journey.
This will be the World of Warcraft killer, I'm sure of it, guys. Every developer has to have their, like, take on it, trying to be. Fantasy is true.
True Fantasy Live Online. Play the game. Live the adventure.
Sure. Basically, this will set the basis for all the game conferences going forward. You can see all the stuff they do now. It is weird seeing how things have just changed in that. I mean, definitely the conferences are a bit more family friendly these days, I think. It's the biggest change. Like, there's less of this focus on big marketing and shareholders.
Wake up. You're our last chance.
What is this? Another action shooter. I was hoping for Katamari. It's hilarious to me that, like, even the bad trailer presentations back then have not changed. You get bad game trailers like this still today, and it's just so not interesting. And it's like, it's 20 years of this. Like, there must be some numbers that shows that this kind of way of presenting a game actually works. But I feel like for a lot of us, we're just so bored looking at it, you know? Like, this just doesn't look interesting. But 2003 market, it's like, oh yeah, give me more of that. That 2023 market, oh yeah, give me more of that. Choose your own destiny. A riveting story. Derek! this even happening. So edgy. Breakdown. Sure.
And there's something else that gamers get only on Xbox, and that's the social fun of playing and talking with other people.
This is how we got conference feed back in the day. Don't question it. It's the best we had. We did our best. I can't hear him. Just jump to the trailers. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Makers of GoldenEye 007. Oh, is this after Rare was bought out? They had some dodgy releases. I think this is like the Wizard game. This did not perform well. What is happening? People are just having a conversation in the background as well. Anyone want a drink or anything? I'm hopping out to the loo. I can grab something on the way back. These were exciting times. Grabbed by the ghoulies. I don't think that is that rare? Is it? It said it was by the same people. I don't remember that one. Apparently, yeah, the logo's there. I don't remember that one at all.
The guys at Rare are not alone. This coming year, you will see tons of new Xbox titles.
And just keep the camera here.
Of developers and
Yeah, just.
innovative and diverse games.
No, it's better there. It's. Wrestling. Disney Extreme Skateboarding, sure. So many games. Car Crash. Oh god, yeah, because we still had a lot of movie tie-in games and too, didn't we? I think I had the Finding Nemo game on Game Boy Advance. It was not very good. Long time ago. Oh, cheering for Conker. I think this was like the panned version of the game though. People didn't like that one. No one cares about Jedi Knight. Soul Calibur, they're excited again. Jesus Christ. You can hear the people in the audience where it's like, oh yeah, nice, just cause ass. Like 98% male. 98% male. Like, god damn it, guys. I can smell the conference. Oh no. Hit and run, that was kind of good, but then nightmarish game. Bethesda made Pirates of the Caribbean, really? I don't remember that. Don't remember that at all. Yeah. Of all the conferences, they have done the one thing that's kind of refreshing, where it's just like, hey, let's just show games a while. You know, like they're going through them very quickly, but it's actually cool. Nitro Kart's good fun. They're actually showing games. Quidditch. StarCraft Ghost? Apparently Blizzard. I don't remember that at all. Like, Blizzard didn't want to remember that one too much either. They just cut off that one real quick. Cheering. I recognize that one. You can tell when the audience just stops. So far, ass on the screen has gotten the biggest cheer. Magic the Gathering Battlegrounds. I don't remember it, like so many of these. There's so many games that they've come and gone. Original Counter-Strike. That's just weird seeing that on something that's not PC. And now it's time for NFL. Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Game called 13. They're just going, like, here's a game, here's another game, here's a game. It's actually wild how much they've crammed into the conference in just one go. SpongeBob! Huge excitement. I recognize that character. Another rare game. I think, was that the one I was thinking of? They're like Magic one? Might have been. Actually, good one there. We love to see it. There's your Fable. I don't know why they keep cutting the ass. I don't know. 2003 was weird. I can't hear him again. I can't hear him. Okay, let's go. Okay, what is this? Oh god, this is so loud. This is like SingStar, so I think I have to skip this one because music. You could have this fun in front of your Xbox. Okay. Xbox Music Mixer. It comes with an in-package microphone.
Xbox Music Mixer is an exciting new title that unlocks more of the entertainment potential of Xbox by connecting the console
PC to Xbox Music and photo sharing. It's a media player.
Produce our pre-show tonight. Yeah, baby.
The guy is very excited.
And it gives Xbox owners new ways to play, share,
Yeah, baby.
have fun with the music and digital photos.
He really wants to mix that music.
We're not going to stop there, Ed. We're bundling a microphone with Xbox Music Mixer this year so that you can enjoy karaoke capabilities, like the ability to strip lyrics out of any song and sing along yourself.
Well, Music Mixer brings the club experience home with an interactive media player. So just like Jay, you can be a VJ, a producer, even an American Idol. Just like you, Jay.
Well, and just like all the ambitious content that you've been showing up here, Ed.
Okay, we're short on time. We're gonna keep jumping ahead a bit.
Let's have a look.
What is this? We have to jump ahead a little bit. Hang on. Let's go a little further into the conference.
Now also delivers on the #1 feature feature requested by the Xbox Live gaming community. A place where gamers can collect before or after games to chat with your friends when competing on Xbox
It's red now. We
Live.
can actually see him a little better.
Now another innovation, the live web, will give you that same type of information that you get online.
The live web.
But here on the internet. So whether you're stuck in class or stuck in traffic, if you're at the office late
Look at
and you
this
want to know what's
website.
happening on Xbox Live, no problem. Any web-enabled device will give you a window into our Xbox Live universe.
Oh, it was a simpler time.
Another new feature, Live Alerts, is going to allow you to receive game invites and notifications about games, about downloads, leagues and tournaments, and a whole lot more on any MSN Alerts capable device.
Amazing.
Like your PC, like your pocket PC, like your cell phone.
Remember Pocket
or maybe
PC?
one of these cool new spot watches. Now, when we
Those watches have probably been
Xbox Live
discontinued.
a year ago, we promised a lot more than
What is going on with the
a
camera?
whole lot more. So let's talk about sports.
That's about to drop it.
We said that Xbox Live would allow game developers and publishers to fundamentally rethink existing game categories and open up entirely new possibilities for the gamers that love them. Let's talk about something entirely new in sports video game entertainment. Sports on Xbox already look great. We've got the real players and the real plays, the real stadiums, even the real commentators. And all of this is going to get much better on Xbox. We'll have improved AI. The animation will get smoother and the helmets will look a little bit shinier.
We promise it'll look nice soon, guys.
Really crave? What do they love? What they love is the competition. And that's why they love sports on Xbox Live, where trash talking is just part of the game.
Why are they so
We know
big on this
that real
feature?
sports competition goes well beyond one play.
Sony did this too. Why are they promoting this and encouraging it so
It's all
much?
about the leagues,
It's all about toxicity.
the playoffs, and ultimately about the championship.
Like, no wonder we got to where we are in the internet where you don't want to play League of Legends on an open mic.
That really leverages
Because everyone was encouraging it back in the day.
and pushes the sports game category beyond anything you've ever seen before. Introducing XSN Sports.
Irreversible damage. I don't know why they're such like so big. Jesus Christ. I don't get why they're all, both of them are like trash talk people.
XSN Sports.
That's a selling point. His mic's got.
New Xbox Live games and sports leagues that blows away every notion of sports gaming to date. On XSN Sports, you'll be able to create your own teams, manage your own leagues.
Oh, look at that website layout.
All from a single
Sign up.
XSN Sports website. Your scores, your stats, your standings and statistics will all be updated on the site in real time. So every 15
FIFA Final 16, the new title from Enix Square.
compete all you want in any game. Kick butt, build your legend and your reputation, and you can read about it the next day in a virtual tour
All out of focus.
on XSN Sports.
He's just looking at the audience.
Not now. Pager advances to the playoffs.
Oh, he got an update on his watch.
A cold. You couldn't catch a cold. It's go time, yo.
What?
How do you like me, man? I'm bad. Get out my house.
What?
Now you folks probably recognize this guy.
What is happening?
He's a superstar. He's a Pro Bowl quarterback. His name is Peyton Manning.
No idea, but let's go.
I'll tell you, Jay, XSN Sports rocks. And maybe your defense is offensive.
Oh, he's got a trash
Okay,
talk
Peter,
book.
Let's settle this right here and right now.
Let's do it. The playoff brackets just came up, and it's you and me, brother, in the big game this weekend. And I gotta tell you, I've seen bigger arms on a chair.
Guy's a legend. What does he do? Is
All right,
is
big arms. You
I
call
imagine
that
this is
a
American
balanced
sports.
attack? You have no running game. The only thing you got running up here is your mouth.
We don't know. We don't get American sports. The rest of the world doesn't follow it.
I'm whipping you all over the leagues. In AMP 2, NBA Inside Drive.
He's a
and
quarterback.
NFL
Okay.
Routes. But I have another game, Jay, in 5 minutes, so I gotta go.
Hey, I bet you do.
I am the man. I am the man.
What is go?
I am the man.
What is
Man,
happening?
he is the man. Man, that guy is good.
What?
XSN Sports League's kickoff.
I don't understand.
Of NFL Fever 2004, and thousands of XSN Sports Leagues will take off as the new games launch.
I don't.
These Xbox Live innovations really empower game publishers to expand the team and clan-based competition and create leagues and tournaments
Oh, the
like
mic.
XSN Sports. And these innovations give gamers more ways to compete against more people in more ways than ever before. Now, speaking of innovations, I think there's one more innovation you're probably looking for, and I'm going to ask Ed to reveal it. Ed, you got something for him?
Yeah, Jay, I guess there is one more thing.
But before you
And
go,
This is something that a lot of Xbox gamers have been waiting for. And this time, it's coming on Xbox Live. Here's Joe Staten from Bungie.
oh, this is actual Halo in that. This was when Bungie was still working with them.
Premiere in-game demo of Halo 2.
That's actually pretty exciting back in the day. Halo 2 was like probably like the biggest one as well in terms of popularity in that. It was huge. People bought Xboxes
It took two in the
just for
nose and
this.
dropped into the atmosphere.
Who was first contact?
405th out of Diego Garcia. But don't expect a big welcome. Covenant wiped most of them out before they hit the ground.
Me and my brother played Halo 2 on co-op. We worked our way through it as well. Like we had it. Everyone did.
3 is hot. Recommend mission abort.
Roger, Recon.
Love the energy sword.
It's your call, Sergeant.
We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
Covenant ground
It's
forces
weird to
own
think this is like
we'll need to deal with them before we
cinematic
can kill that cruiser.
back then. Like this is like the height of storytelling right now. It's like stiff camera angle. Remember, it's in-game footage. This has all been a cutscene so far, but this is in-game footage.
Go, go, go! I'll evac the wounded. Keep me posted, Cortana.
Here we go.
Sergeant. Sir, Corporal Perez, A Company? CP's this way. Must be seeing things.
This was the height of FPS back then. It was like this and Half-Life is what people would be talking about all the time.
I'm calling it. It's 1900. The lieutenant got hit as soon as we dropped in.
Who's in charge now, Corporal?
Sergeant Banks, ma'am. He's pinned down up front. Come on, I'll show you.
The mission never looked like this in the end. Oh god, how downgraded do you think it is? Was it downgraded or what? That's a good point.
Is it clear?
I didn't think about that. The actual mission is so much better, that's good.
Friendly's moving out, covering fire.
They redid it. I'm so used to thinking that like if it was like it wasn't like this on release, it's bad, you know? Or like something went wrong in development. No, he's playing like an actual gamer, but on tank controls as well, with like the, you know, just the janky kind of movements with the camera.
Ask for reinforcements. I didn't think they'd send a Spartan. We gotta take that thing out. Cover me!
But it's just like, it's too clean almost with footage. Like actually playing this, you'd be like, oh, you know, like looking left and right suddenly, all over the place. Just pure action in that, yeah. Gotta hand it to Microsoft back in the day, like, as far as the conference goes. Theirs was probably more fun and just to the point. Like, the Sony one... The Sony one was monstrous. You know, like the Sony conference, it's like just marketing and that, and I hope you like cars, and we're gonna sell the iToy. Nintendo was just kind of awkward. It's still Nintendo, but they just didn't really have much to display. Microsoft one in 2003 was actually it's not bad. It's really not bad. One second. To be fair, Danny skipped all the non-game related stuff. I did skip some of it, yeah. I did skip some of it. But there was like a lengthy sequence where it's just like game, you know? It's a shorter conference too. Like, apparently the Sony one we weren't all the way through. The rest of this is just Halo demo, I believe. You get like a lengthy 10-minute sequence of like Halo, 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 Halo. Let's jump to the end. People were mad excited for that back in the day. It's starting. I know, guys. It's fine. Wow. Don't worry about it. I'll be there.
Now you've seen where Xbox is going. But you've also seen something else. You've seen where our industry can go. The video game industry has two choices. There's business.
We got a minute left.
Some incremental growth. Or there's the opportunity for explosive growth. To make interactive entertainment pervasive on the order of music, movies, and TV. And we can make that happen by expanding our audience. We can make that happen by expanding the definition of video game entertainment.
And trash talking people online.
So what are we waiting for?
It's important to our business model.
At Xbox, we're not waiting for anything because we don't have to. We're not waiting for the next hardware cycle before expanding video game entertainment, taking it online and merging it with the music people listen to, the sports they love, and the friendships they cherish. We're not waiting for the future. Xbox is creating the future now. As the software and services leader, Microsoft has what it takes to drive that continuous innovation. We've got what it takes to inspire the next generation of games like Halo 2. We've got what it takes to build and grow the world's largest broadband content services.
Incredible.
Xbox Live. And we've got what it takes to enable new experiences.
But people are freaking out because I'm missing the current showcase. It's not even Mario Party. It's not even Mario Party. I know about Mario Party. The gang's fine. I'm gonna hop there in a moment. The actual showcase has started. Guys, I'm not watching the actual showcase. The stream is ended in 5 minutes. I don't give a shit about the new one. I'm gonna watch that later in my own time. This is it. People panicking about that. Like this is what we're watching today. It's Fable. I'll watch it later. Cool. I'm glad. I'll watch it later. I'm not streaming that. I'm alright. I'm playing Mario Party in like 5 minutes. I thought people were saying that. It's like, hey, the gang's on for it. I'm joining some friends to play Mario Party in 2 minutes. This is peak content. This is peak E3. Now, join us next year and watch 2004's conference. And, you know, maybe Iwata has some new exciting titles for Nintendo GameCube to announce. Still hoping for that new Zelda.
Devices and content which serve the digital entertainment lifestyle.
Incredible.
The software and services expertise to make that vision come alive is hardwired into our company. It's in our DNA. It's what we do. Thank you.
What a showcase from Microsoft. You know, I'm excited to see how the original Fable goes. History often repeats itself, it seems. Yo, maybe we'll get Halo 2 remastered next. Who knows? Oh, God. Yeah, people freaking out. Like, I'm missing the modern one. God, we were never watching the modern one. I don't know why people thought I was. That was never the plan. Guys, the stream's over by end there. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I'm still gonna be live. I'm still going to be playing games, but we're gonna raid my friend Zoe's channel. It's her birthday today, and we're playing some Mario Party with herself and some friendos. We're all gonna hop over there. I will raid her in just a moment. So if you want to keep watching, I'll be there. Clickbait title. It clearly says 2003. It clearly states. You changed that 2 to a 0. I literally did not. It has been 2003 the entire time. You have all been deceived, apparently. Join us next year. We'll watch E3 2004. I don't know. I thought it was like be a fun time capsule more than anything. I grew up watching so many of these conferences and getting mad excited. It's weird in retrospect seeing some of them. I still can't believe that one comment from fucking Nintendo. That was really funny though. Because it's the past promising what the world of tomorrow will look like. With like the hindsight of 20 years. I think that's kind of fascinating. It's weird seeing how some things may have actually led into like problems we even have in the industry now. Like this whole culture of trash talking people online. Developers are literally just encouraging it back in the day. And making like big points and spectacle. It's like, yeah, we want you to ridicule and get mad at these people. So a stance that has been quite heavily backtracked on since, because now you have like even report player features for rampant toxicity, you know? I find it hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna leave you in Zoe's care. I'm going to be there in just a moment as well, so you can keep on watching if you want to join us for some Mario Party. Go say hey, it is Tobeans. I am gonna be on the channel on their channel in just a moment. So I'll see you over there if you want to watch some Mario Party. We'll be going a few more hours yet. So see y'all in a few, gang. Take care.